go. Hello, Internet. This is a show called Rise of Tiamat. This is the 23rd episode of this show. I feel like I've been playing this campaign for years, which is accurate because I have been. And I was just reminiscing about that today. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about what a crazy game and stream you're gonna see happening tonight. And in just a few minutes, Celeste is going to give us her patented run through of what happened last time. But I do have to get a few announcements out of the way up front. First of all, two sponsors on this channel. Elderwood Academy is one. I put a link in the chat if you'd like to pick up. They make cool products like dice boxes and dice towers and that cool stuff, and you should check it out. And if you use that link, a little bit of that comes back to Nerd Immersion to help us keep doing what you love to see us do. Secondly, we have a sponsor, which is Initiative Coffee Company. They make probably, realistically, out of all the coffee I've had, the best coffee I think I can say I've ever had in a long time, if not ever. I have it. They don't. That's unfortunate. Maybe someday I'll get you guys to all have some of the coffee.
Oh, come on.
I know. We'll work on it.
Coffee party.
Yeah. Listen, if not, I'm gonna try to talk to Brian to be like, so can you send me coffee? But then if I also give you some other addresses, can you not just question it and send it to these people? And just like, it's cool. We're cool. You just do that and we're good. So that is that. Those two announcements out of the way. You can see there's a new overlay, just slightly tweaked and changed. I think it's a little bit better looking, I think, overall. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. We got Tiamat's now above me here. So you can kind of see her a little bit better than having everybody's face blocking her out. And the reliquary is below, which is a cool thing. So typically, I'm going to say tonight is probably going to be a little bit of shopping and that kind of stuff, maybe some plot, but if you really want to make something weird or something crazy happen, you fill that bad boy up, something's gonna happen. It could be bad. It could be 8 undead shark and bears attack the party, which happened last time on my other stream, or people could lose all of their fingernails. All these things have happened thus far. Everybody in the world lost their fingernails in my one campaign. So, those are things that can happen. Also good things. I promise there are good things. But anyway, so that is that. And we'll have more about a new one-shot that'll be happening this weekend at the end of the stream. But to start it all off, Celeste, tell us what happened last time on Rise of Tiamat.
Yes, so last time we had a lot of feelings, but it started out when it started off with a conversation that was ending between Leo and Odella, like upstairs, when Odella's like, "Oh my God, I've been actually dead for like 8 years," and everybody's like, "Wow!" And Leo's like, "Yo, are you okay? Like what?" And she's like, "I don't know, I suffered," and he's like, "Well, you're not alone anymore." Blah! And then they went on the super cute date, and then they had sex in the vault. And then the next day, we all woke up really early, and then we went to Waterdeep at like 8 a.m. And Rid went to her old tattoo stomping ground, so Lightning Tiger, as Remy, because Remy used to work there. And everybody's like, "Remy, oh my God, you're the best!" And they all sat around and drew Cute Monkey Flash. And while that was happening, Roswin went to the Temple of Selune to do like the good word stuff. And apparently Roswin is now like bomb at advice. Like she got like +5 wisdom all of a sudden. And she's like, "Hey man, your roof is falling in. Like just, like get together, get some friends. It'll be great." And he's like, "Wow, man, that was awesome." And she's like, "Yeah." And then Odella went shopping for furniture. But actually that was an excuse to leave Leo behind. And so she actually went off and wandered and totally got these like illicit gained books about necromancy from this guy who's totally a Rakshasa, but we don't actually know that. He had a crazy shop called the Tiger's Eye or whatever. And then Leo, all on his own with nothing to do, went to go see the big hole in Waterdeep. And so he went to the yawning portal, saw the hole, and he's like, "Bam, that's a big hole." And Darden's like, "Yeah, you want to go down there?" And Leo's like, okay. And so he did. And he went down and he cleared out the first room of Undermount all by himself, and then brought back Durden a dead intellect devourer to trade for a bottle of whiskey, which he totally got, and it was awesome. And then everybody met back up at the tattoo parlor. Roswin and Remy got their matching best friend tattoos of a dragon with a peace sign. One was pink, one was rainbow, because it's cute swapsies. And Leo got crabs.
Yep.
From
Tell everybody.
Dungeon Fans.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like you need to elaborate on how you got crabs.
Okay. So Leo was down in the dungeon, and then there were some really cool leather pants in the sand, and he's like, "Whoa, nice leather pants!" So of course he put them on immediately, and then got crabs because Ted's an asshole. And
Come on now. First of all, it was Katie's idea.
okay, because Leo makes very poor choices, so he got crabs. And then, so we all met back up in the tattoo shop. Leo was itchy. Everybody got tattoos. And then we all went back to Scornubel, back home. And then Leo's like, "Hey, Roz, can you help me out with my little situation?" And she's like, "Yeah, here's the thing." And it's like, great, neat. And then Roswin and Odella had a conversation, and Odella's like, "Hey, there's something I really need to tell you." And I couldn't really tell Leo either. So also, I'm half like undead wings now. And it was crazy. And yep, we got a little bit more information about what might have happened to Odella in this Beyond world. About how she ripped Boyd's arms off again in debt. I don't know, man. It was crazy, but that's what happened last time.
Thank you, Celeste,
You're
in
welcome.
doing what only you could do.
Yes.
In describing what happened last time. So yeah, I guess we can start kind of there or end there, depending on how we want to look at this. So you guys had all traveled back to Waterdeep. This was the third day. So two of the party members, Odella and Rid, had unfortunately perished in the combat with Ava and her group. And they were brought back via the Raise Dead spell, which is great, but it lets you have a -4 to basically everything you do until you complete 4 long rests till it resets. So this is the end of the third day. You guys are all back together. Did you want to do or say anything else this evening, or we'll just say that rest happens and it's the dawn of the 4th day?
I'm good with that happens and moving on to day 4.
Yeah.
We go to bed talking about how cool our new tattoos are. We do the proper care, aftercare, and then just like,
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah, Leo is off doing man stuff all night, and so can't hang out at all. Sorry.
Applying
Magic tattoo
sounds.
aftercare is way easier than like real world tattoo aftercare.
Oh,
too.
for sure.
So much.
Yeah,
For
that's the beauty of healing magics laced into tattoo work. Or really just healing magics in general. So the third night completes. You guys get another long rest. It is now the dawn of the 4th day. So this is your last day. So you're currently only at a -1 to everything. So depending on what you want to do, like if things were to escalate to the point of combat or otherwise, you wouldn't be the most hampered if you choose to go that route. But you guys wake up the next day. What happens?
I think I make eggs this morning because that's enough pie.
We've had a lot of carbs.
Okay.
Leo started to get chunky.
Is that a love handle?
Absolutely not. 50
He goes
push-ups
lifts
right
all
there
day.
on the floor.
Now I'm thinking about which persona likes eggs, how each persona likes their eggs.
Oh, that's important. These are important things to know.
All different.
Of course, yeah.
Roswin knows how to make scrambled. She's only proficient at pie.
Scrambled eggs.
Remy likes their eggs sunny side up.
Oh my god.
Oh, you
They're
would.
so
Oh, it pains me from the bane of
They're
all
like
egg making.
The trash.
That's I'd say scrambled is how most sunny side up eggs turn out.
Not me. I'm great at them in real life. I haven't broken a yolk in like a month, and I eat a lot of eggs for breakfast. I digress. The point is, we have eggs.
Okay.
I'm going to Waterdeep again today for the last day, and I basically extend it to anyone else who wants to go.
Before you leave, I will come downstairs and be like, so this is weird and random, and like I know it's a long way off, but I got presents for everybody. And I'll hand a scroll to Leo.
You got me a book?
It's a scroll, Leo. It's a spell scroll. Open it up, take a look at it. Don't read it off though yet, because don't
Read it, but don't actually read it.
Get ready for your return.
He flicks it open, like excited for a minute, and then he looks at it. He's like, "Oh no, this is like it's just
It's
book."
text. There's no pictures.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
what I
like a
was hoping
tasteful
for.
nude photograph.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh,
It's
thank
arcane text, which you can read.
you know me so well.
Sorry, they didn't have any lion stuff at the. Never
Okay,
mind. I'll get you something better later.
okay.
And then she'll hand like a nicely wrapped box to Rid or Remy, whoever's currently eating eggs.
Sounds like Remy.
Yeah, Remy is currently eating eggs.
Okay. And then she'll hand a box to Remy.
Oh. What is this for? What is it early for?
Oh,
Feast of the Moon.
the Feast of the Moon, I think.
Yep. That's what we
Isn't
decided.
that like a month away?
Yep.
Yep.
It's real early.
Yeah, real early.
Okay. But I can open it
Husband's
now.
like pushing eggs around and like giving you side eye.
Okay, I open it now.
Yep. Open it now.
And
Bella is
inside are
Practical. Winged boots.
Oh, I was definitely imagining like smaller box. This is a bigger box.
It's a
to
shoe
get
box.
Remy is very excited and like goes away from the dinner table because like you don't change your shoes at the dinner table, but then like
Thank
goes
you.
and like tries them on sitting in the corner and like
Leo is leaning over his chair, like looking in your box.
And then for Roswin, she'll take out her little napkin and then like, well, it looks like a napkin, and then unfold it into the hole and then be like, and this is for you. And it's just a big chest. It's an extremely large chest that you can fit a body inside.
I look at Roswin and nod solemnly.
It's just what I always wanted.
And she'll open it up and be like, see, it's cold inside. So like, all of that stuff won't get all gross when you put it inside my hole all the time.
Can I put my book in the box?
Not a book, Leo.
Okay, so we don't have rancid things when I rip them to pieces for selling parts.
Yeah, we can.
That's pretty
sell them
cool.
Nice and fresh.
You can still put your book in there if you want, Leo.
I'm just
be the freshest scroll.
No, I'll keep it. Thank
Literally
you.
fresh to death on this scroll.
Yeah,
We can
it
put
is
the body in there with the book. It'll be perfect. Don't worry.
it's a raised dead scroll, so just so you
My
know.
speed is equal to my walking speed, and my walking speed is so fast.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't even think about that
Yep.
for you. Oh my god, we can go flying later.
That'd be so fun. Let's go flying later.
And Leo's like, cool, I can bring back a dead friend. Wow, how
The worst
morbid.
fucking day. Everybody can fly except for me. Yeah, you all should go fly
Odell, you can fly.
for like a minute.
Odella just looks pleased, like she did something very wonderful for everybody.
Wondrous to be
Bella.
exact.
Not
I
the
put
greatest at
this-
giving gifts.
Can I put this in your hole again? Because I can't carry this. This is very
Oh
large.
no, it's 5 feet long. So I
Yeah,
don't
it
know how
probably
you
weighs
pick it up.
close to 100 pounds.
Oh my god! All right, open the hole.
The
and she
two
just,
the
like,
2
pushes.
foot wide one was 25 pounds.
She just pushes and she's like, and you just hear like it scrape again off the wood.
I'll
I
live.
don't know how
I'll
you
live.
got it
Oh my
out in the
God.
first place, because that's where I kept it.
Yeah. Oh, Remy.
Are we doing a Feast of the Moon gift exchange? And if so, when? How long do I have?
I mean, you
I
have
need
until
some
the
time.
actual Feast of the Moon. I just, I saw these things while we were in Waterdeep, and I thought, well, I don't know when we're going to be back here, and I just thought, seems more practical to get them now.
Okay, I just want to make sure I have gifts for you if we're doing an exchange thing.
Mm.
I have great ideas for Leo and Red Remy and Jular. I have no idea what to get you.
That's okay. You don't have to get me anything.
Should I donate something in your name?
Sure, that sounds nice.
I am
Okay.
available for rentals. Just saying.
Gross.
I'm just gonna go read my book. Excuse me.
It's not a book. Do you want a book, Leo? I can get you a book.
God no.
So, you look at this scroll that is the equivalency of a spell that you could cast. So not a whole lot to read there. It's a scroll.
Mm.
And if you read it too intently, then you cast the spell. So don't read it.
He's not actually going to read the
Yeah,
book.
no,
He's
I
just giving-
understand. But
he
It's
knows
funny.
he knows what it is. I think it makes him nervous because that's probably like a very ritual heavy spell, and I don't think he's.
you watched it happen twice.
I know, and he doesn't like the emotions associated with it, so he's being weird right now.
Here, in case I die again, bring me back.
Yeah.
There you go. Practical
Isn't
gift.
this a nice present? And Joe's like,
Odella, maybe you should get him the Caramel Sultry. I heard that's a really nice book.
wow,
Yeah.
I would 100% buy that.
Oh, how
Funnily enough, I almost looked for a book for Leo, so
how very Roswin.
It's the picture book, I hear.
Oh
That's
man.
touching. Okay, so this is wonderful. I need to figure out things to get for you guys. Maybe I'll do that later or before the time. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
also, Roswin, is this the way you're gonna look now, or should I plan for the black? I do kind of want to get you some accessories.
Oh, I don't. I'm
Ooh,
good.
Gold or a silver now? I don't know.
I mean, the people I've been hanging out with lately are more silver people, I guess. But like, I don't need anything fancy. That's not really my style.
But like, what if we like go out somewhere nice?
What's wrong with what I'm wearing? It's a dress.
Nothing. You're beautiful. I just wanted some accessories.
I think.
Oh, what a
wow.
scroll!
You know what? Take the money that you were gonna use to buy me accessories and buy yourself something nice.
Okay.
Good present.
From me to you.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Odella, check.
Yep, that's one done.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So does anyone else want to come with me to Waterdeep, or are you guys gonna hang at the P&P?
Don't look at Leo.
I don't really know what there is to do around Scornubel, but I feel like I could find some things to do around Waterdeep. So, I mean, I have plenty of time to explore Scornubel with friends, right? I'll come to Waterdeep.
Definitely. We should totally fly when we get there.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. We got one. What about 2 and 3?
Leo's like, do you have to go buy more stuff?
No, I am all done buying things.
Okay. If we're gonna do fun things in Waterdeep, I'll definitely go to Waterdeep. Otherwise,
Okay.
I can, swing my sword.
Do not let him leave your
Heavy
sight. I swear
object.
to God.
Wait, what?
Don't let him leave your sight. I'm not
Why?
going down to get him. Because he went down into the dungeon.
Let me
Could've
run.
gotten-
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Forgot about
Okay,
that.
5 minutes.
Good
Woo.
point.
Uh,
Okay,
all right.
let's all go.
I know
Let's do
it's
that.
calling me.
Water deep, water deep, water,
Water
deep.
deep, water deep.
All right.
Woo!
Remy and Roswood are like at the front just standing.
So you guys go back to Waterdeep, to the tree that you know about. I assume, or you're going via the tree?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you, through the tree, you guys are now in the city of Waterdeep, or at least just outside, and you're able to enter as you wish.
As soon as we get through the tree, Roswin just starts flying and she's like, do it, do the thing.
Remy just like jumps into the air.
Yeah, they work. Sure, you
And
jump,
flies.
and you just, your little winged boots just, and you just fly. But it's actually your little wing boots, and you fly faster than Roswin with these big ass wings, and you've got little wing boots, and you're 20 feet faster than her.
Roswin
I
doesn't
can
even
fly, I
bother.
can
She just
fly, I
like
can
grabs onto
fly.
her feet.
Yep,
Drag me.
yep. You can definitely drift off the back of Rid as she flies here.
What
You
a
guys,
weird sight.
it is a very there's people at there's guards at the gates.
Roswin,
that
you
are-
have a dress on.
It's okay, I'm wearing bloomers.
Okay.
There's people the guards at the front gate are like, whatever. We work in Waterdeep. We've seen weirder stuff.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, all right. So once that's done.
Two
The
friends
initi-
flying around water deep ain't no thing.
Yes. So you guys do that for however long it takes you to get that out of your system, or until the flying boots run out.
It's an hour.
It's an hour. Okay.
I honestly think they probably go at like full speed for 20 minutes and then Remy's totally fine because they're boots. And then Roswin's like, okay.
Wow.
All right, that's more than usual.
I think though Remy's actually like been laughing so hard that they're kind of out of breath too, because this is like really wild and different and weird, and so they've been doing a lot of screaming and a lot of laughing, and so they're just kind of like, okay, wow,
What a beautiful moment.
well, so they'll touch down.
Okay, I'm going to temple.
They stumble a little bit on the landing.
You'll get used to that.
Ugh,
We'll have to practice more.
okay, cool.
All right. So they land, and Rosalind heads off to the temple,
And
The temple.
and everybody else. What are you guys doing?
Brunch?
Sounds good.
Eggs followed by brunch. Why not?
Adela ate
But
any
there's
eggs.
alcohol at brunch.
Oh,
I
so
mean,
mimosas is what you're saying.
Ooh, yeah.
That's what I always mean when I say brunch.
Oh, I'm learning.
He's got to eat
things.
5 dozen eggs, so he's roughly the size of a barge.
Hmm,
The rules.
that's what I've heard.
No one that.
So what are you up to, Rid or Remy? What's your plan?
Oh, Remy can come to brunch too.
Well, I didn't know if you.
Oh.
If it was a sexy brunch.
oh no,
I assumed it was great brunch.
I'm
I mean, brunch is
very
always
brunch.
sexy.
I think Remy definitely did the kind of like, oh, you have fun kind of thing, just to make sure that they weren't intruding on a date, because like,
Oh no, for sure not. Leo's been like keeping Odella like casual, like come on.
because of the book. It was the book, wasn't it? No, just kidding.
Yep. It's
Totally the
book.
book, not the pants.
Yeah, Adela is like very confused. She's like, I thought it was a very practical and thoughtful gift, and I just don't know. He seems to be acting so weird. And like, did I do something wrong? Like, what happened?
It's like yeah,
brunch.
Remy will go. if maybe, I don't know. Can I roll insight to see if I get a sense of maybe like being a buffer is a good idea for a little bit?
yeah.
Leo will like look at you and like
That's a
look at
natural
you.
20.
Yeah. Leo is begging for you to go.
With new wonderful dice.
Yay!
from
Oh, first
Katie.
roll. Hell
First
yeah!
roll is a natural 20.
Nice.
Yeah, Leo is like begging for you to go to brunch. Like,
Okay, yeah, I go to brunch sounds great. Yeah.
all
I
right.
could go for more eggs.
I'm gonna get French toast.
French toast sounds great.
All
Make
right.
it lunch.
You would. Odella would get lunch at
Get
brunch.
lunch. And a breakfast.
We're going to brunch, and she's like, what's the lunch menu?
I want a salad.
Odella's like, I don't do half meals. I make whole meals only. Brunch, what a silly gesture.
All right, so
Posh.
the three of you go to brunch, and it is what everyone imagines the best brunch could be.
Oh hell yeah!
It's
we
got
can afford it, guys.
buffet style food, right? You've got all these different things, but you've got like a waffle station. And
Can we go to a brunch place like on the water?
Sure.
Yay!
Yep.
Wait, so it's like romantic, but like
But also a
crappy.
third wheel. Yes. There are
These are the
definite.
only places Leo has ever been to. These are all his recommendations. They're all date spots.
When it gets too romantic, tell them it's her birthday.
Yeah.
So yes, it's right on the water. You've got that nice kind of refreshing, salt spray kind of smell and the ocean coming off there, and it's all of this brunch buffet and mimosas, and it's one of those places where you pay one price and then you just everything is included except for drinks. Like you get one drink for free, then you gotta pay for multiple drinks after that.
Sure.
Yeah, you just get a picture of mimosas, and they're like, all right, that's how this is going. So, yeah, they bring you pictures of mimosas. You guys have all of the brunch food, or, like, you guys, I'm assuming Remy and Leo pay for the brunch, like, all in one brunch thing, and then Odella has to pay separately for her lunch that she asks for.
No, she's just gonna eat the lunch portion.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So, like, the lamb portion. Got
Also,
it.
she would like bellinis, not mimosas.
Oh my god.
Okay, what flavor are we getting?
Oh my
Getting
god.
like a peach?
Yes,
A peach Bellini, please. Sir.
The guy
I
just
love that.
like the guy works in Waterdeep and he rolls his eyes at this order. And he gets it and it's fine, but he's not happy about it.
Hey man, I'm secure in my masculinity. So please bring us the Bellinis.
No, not he's like, whatever. And he just grumbles and walks off. So
Hell yeah.
you have brunch, the three of you together. And it
I think it's
goes
delightful.
as well as you think it does.
I tell them a lot of stories from Waterdeep, particularly from my time working at the tattoo parlor.
Okay.
Because, like, I have some funny stories, and if Leo wanted me along as buffer, I can do that.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of toss out some funny stories. And I'm like, and this guy fell out of the chair because it hurt so bad, and we didn't know what to do because, I mean, he was like an adventurer. He took
Where
blows
was it?
all
Where-
the time. It was on the back of his thigh.
Ooh.
Yeah. And but I mean, like, big beefy guy. I mean, he'd been through so much worse, but he had never been through the particular pain of tattooing.
Ah,
Brunch conversation.
Oh yeah, I mean, never gets too gross for brunch conversations because they definitely have some gross tattoo stories too. But they don't share those. They're just the goofy.
So
Please.
Remy,
One.
were you living in Waterdeep before all of this, or did you just spend some time there?
Oh yeah, no, I lived in Waterdeep for no, longer than that, 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
And I ask, like, where did you grow up? Are there? I don't know a lot about changelings. Are there like a certain land you come from, or like
Uh,
towns of changelings somewhere, or like, so is there just a town I could go to and everybody would be different constantly? And where is
mean-
it? I need to mark it off on my map.
to avoid it or to go?
I just feel like I personally would get into a great deal of trouble in a place like that.
Okay, fair, fair. Okay, if there's a place like that for changelings, I have no idea. I have never been there. My family grew up as elves. I actually, Jalar was my main persona for a really long time. So yeah, I just being around family. We did work in a small village you've probably never even heard of, and I one day kind of decided that if I'm going to be a changeling, I wanted to kind of embrace that a little bit more, and I set out and made a new persona for myself. So, ta-da!
Oh, wow.
And lived in Waterdeep.
Okay. So your family aren't also changelings too. This is something unique.
Oh
to
no,
you?
they are changelings.
Oh.
They're just elves most of the time. You
Ah.
probably wouldn't know that they're changelings. Like they're pretty set in who they are, right? Like they've forged a career for themselves with this persona, whatever they've created, and built lives around that. And I don't think they ever wanted to change. I wanted to see what my options were before I settled in, and I've I guess I've tried a couple now, and I mean, me, I was born me, right? And I grew up Jalar, and then I came along, and then we don't really talk about Vera, but Vera
But
came
but
along.
on that, can we just
What?
so can we just take a minute? Okay, so Vera is somebody who came to you later in your life. How did
Yeah.
that what
Well, Vera's not really brunch conversation, although she really loves brunch. That's a side fact.
I don't know how to feel about that now.
Okay, I mean, we don't have to talk about it, but I am like extremely curious as to what Vera's situation. I mean, she said she came from somewhere else, or asked some really strange questions, and I guess that just sparked my
Yeah.
curiosity.
So I guess I did that thing that all people do, right? Where they're, trying to find themselves. And I thought I
Yeah.
found myself a little bit in Waterdeep. I
Mhm.
settled in, and I learned some cool moves. I learned the art of tattooing, and I kind of created a little life here, but I didn't want to get too set in my ways, so I just thought, I'll try something else. I'll try branching out, see how far I can go with this. The answer is too far. Too far is the answer. Don't go too far.
There is always a too far. I absolutely agree.
It was too far, and Vera is the result of that, and it's a mistake, I'll own, right? Like I learned a lot from Vera, and I think I still will, because she's always going to be around, and I definitely learned that the other day. So I've just kind of decided that that is enough for me. I don't need to be settled in my ways, but I have three great personas that can be there for different reasons, and for different things, and I'm happy with who I am, and I guess that includes Vera. She's part of me, but I just try and remember that the better parts of me are the other three, and focus on those.
I mean, cheers to that, to living our best lives and being our best selves.
To making
Believing
mistakes
truth.
and moving on.
Yes.
Aw, what a moment. All right, so while the brunch conversation continues, we'll jump back over to Temple. And so Roswin, you arrive at Temple.
I sure do.
What's
I just
yeah,
at
good.
this I just run up the stairs at this point, starting to feel like incredibly comfortable being there. And I'm just like shouting for Miriam, just very like unholy ladylike, just like Miriam, I'm back.
She comes out of the back and she's like, you know, she's there. She is coming out and she's waving and she sees you and smile cracks across her old weathered face. She makes her way over towards you and she says, "Well, back again, I see."
Mm-hmm. I'm back to give people advice. I gave advice to one of my party members, and I think it went over really well. And I just think I can just keep getting better and I can keep helping people, and it makes me feel better. So,
And she says, and she grasps both of your hands with both of her hands. And she kind of is talking and like lightly gesturing with her hands. She says, "You see, I told you there's things to be seen from getting down on the level of the everyman and dealing with all of those things. And you see, it's working. You're healing by helping other people heal, and it's already permeating your everyday life."
mm-hmm. I think that this was the best thing for me to do on these 4 days. I wish I could stay longer, but
And
this is probably going to be the last time for a while.
and she says, "Well, we'll never really ever be apart. There's always a space for you here whenever you're in Waterdeep."
Thanks. You're super sweet, and when I grow up, I want to be just like you.
And she smiles, and you see her cheeks redden a little bit. She says, you're very itchy," like pats your hands. "You're very sweet."
Well, just know that if you ever find yourself by a primpin pie, we might, make a chain. You always have access to your favorite blackberry pies.
And she says, you're too sweet."
Well, do you need me to do the same thing that I've been doing, or is there something else that needs to get done today?
And she says, "Well, I mean, I feel you've been doing well at this, but what do you think? You've grown in this. Do you think this is the best way you can serve, or do you feel there's other things you'd be better suited at?"
I mean, I really like doing this. I like making things to help people heal externally too. But, sometimes in life, you gotta take things by brute force. Selene has a lot of faces herself and a lot of different things that she does. And, this is the one that I like the most, but anything that I can do to, I don't know, do people meditate for Sailor Night? I don't know. I really need to get in the right state of mind, because I'm probably gonna have to be doing a lot of fighting in the days to come.
She says, "Well, if that's..." She says, "We all have our own path we take, and how we honor Selene is everyone honors her in their own ways. And you've done well here, just doing her work in providing guidance for those who need it, but you also use that power to help protect the innocent, and from what it sounds like, the realm. We know."
I don't want to brag. It's not a good quality, Miriam.
And she chuckles to herself, and as you guys are talking, the front doors swing open, and there are people in varying degrees. So there's some folks that are in like plate mail, and some people are in studded leather armor, and they come rushing in, and they are beaten up. There are pauldrons and things missing, scratches across, and there's a guy on a stretcher, and they are running him in. And it looks like his flesh, like around his face and kind of like down across his chest, is like melting away as though by acid. and he's screaming in pain, and they're like rushing in into the room. What? And Miriam, like, she's like, that was not expecting that, is taken aback by all of this, and she's just like, oh, come, bring him over here. And she gestures, and you see her start like rolling up her sleeves as they're bringing this guy over to basically a stone altar that's there, and they kind of set him on top of this, and she begins to start like taking out poultices and salves and things and setting them out there as all of this is going on. What do you do?
I guess that she would immediately go to the side as well and be looking for something to like neutralize the acid, and be like saying like, nobody just like start trying to wipe it off. That's a horrible plan. And, just going in and, with their hands out ready to heal.
Okay, you can make me a medicine check. Are you proficient in medicine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead. With advantage.
Okay, that's a 27.
It's hard to say, right? Because it's clearly an acid burn, but you've seen similar effects to this. You've seen dragons cause this kind of effect before. And this looks as though just the way, the pattern of it, how it's kind of coming up and off, it looks as though it came in a line, or as like in part of a line. So your best guess based on this, out of all, I mean, even though this would probably be your first bet anyway, just from the creatures you've encountered that can produce acid, possibly dragon based.
Okay. Does Miriam look like she's got this guy? Because then I
yeah,
can
and it's you've seen Miriam, and she's always been this kindly old lady, and she is in like a whole nother mode, right? Like I said, sleeves are rolled up, and she's got gauze and salve and all of these things, and there's minor bits of glowing of different healing magic, and she is like wartime like priest out here, like healer. She is in there, she's like in the thick of it, no squeamish at all, and she's doing everything she can, and it seems as though she's got this completely under control. Like she seems like everything else is toned out, and she's just completely focused on healing this guy and stymieing the further acidic burns.
Okay. So Roswin will go over to the rest of the group and be like, what happened? Is there a dragon? Where is it?
So you can see that, and you can make me a perception check, because obviously things are a little crazy.
I'm super good at those. 24.
Okay. So you can see that there is, on some of these folks, there is iconography, right? You see some of them are Order of the Gauntlet, some of them are Lord's Alliance, and some are Emerald Enclave. Like, it's a mixture of people. You don't see anybody labeled as the Harpers, but if they're good at what they're doing, theoretically, you're not supposed to. And like they're all kind of like huddled together, looking at their ally who's clearly burning away here. It's stopped. And one guy who's kind of missing, like his, basically from like the pauldron all the way down, this is basically gone. Like, for whatever reason, like the elbow joint, that is still there, but like the gauntlet down and like there has been ripped off, and you can see there's a gash down there that looks like, he's kind of got his hand on it, and he's kind of like moving his arm, but there is fresh blood like coming out of that, and he's just like, no, it wasn't really a dragon, not like a big dragon. It's those fucking cultists. And he's just like, this is one of them. It was just a band of them. They just attacked us. We were on our way back to the city bringing intel, and they were led by this half dragon. I don't know. And he had a whole bunch of people with him, all dressed up in black like they do, and it was him. And there was another one that was also a half green dragon. We killed him, but the black one, he went for our healer, and now you kind of see that there's like burnt away, almost like vestments on the guy that's there, and he's like they're getting, it's like they're really making smarter calls on a lot of this. They're going for the people who taking ones, the smartest ones down now, more than before they were just taking out anyone and doing whatever they could. They're tactically doing this now, trying to cripple us. And it's like, so we just ran. We didn't want to lose him and lose a valuable asset for the forces of good here. So we ran back as fast as we could, and this was the closest temple on the way in.
I think that you made the right choice. Do you know precisely where they are? I can get my group together. We're pretty good with this sort of thing.
And he's like, I don't know. I doubt they're in the same place. They probably split and went elsewhere. We beat them down to as just a few of them, but we ran and they weren't chasing, so we didn't question it. But
Okay.
And he's like, he says that we're not the first people to encounter this. Their attacks and their skirmishes are on the rise. Something's happening. We don't know what's going on, but they're getting more and more antsy.
Okay. She'll reach out onto his arm and kind of give like a D6 of Fey heals to sort of like cauterize it, basically.
Yeah, and he's just like, and he kind of is like flexing. He's like, thanks, appreciate it.
No problem. Fighting the good fight. Soldier talk. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Miriam, she looks back and she's like, do you need anything? I'm gonna go.
And she's just like, and that kind of quaver in her voice, and she's like, no, I've got this. Just go. It's kind of gone, and she's like in full healer mode. And you've never seen her like this. She's been like, I don't want to say doddering, but like the old lady who's around the temple and sort of is helping all the greenhorns and teaching everybody in the ways, and mostly in prayer and in teachings of religion and less practical healing. And she's just like, no, go find your friends. I'll be fine here. And you see that this, like, there is bandages applied, and this, like, there is less visible stress as this gentleman is breathing. It's significantly lessened.
Mhm.
Like, he's not it's not erratic. It's kind of calming down. Yeah.
Okay. So Rosman is going to run out, and she'll wild shape into some bird with a good fly speed,
Sure. For the first time in like a million years.
Yeah, I know, right? And she'll just kind of try to like circle. She knew they were going for brunch, just trying to find the group and keeping an eye out for anything else that's like seems to be a skirmish or anything like that, if anything's still going on.
Okay. So you are, as you fly around, you don't see any any skirmishes per se, or anybody, like nothing clearly like, oh man, Cult of the Dragon having a fight right here. You don't see anything like that. But so you're flying around looking for them in all of Waterdeep, trying to find the brunch place they went to. While
They're by
that's
the water outside.
Do you know that? Because you split right at the start.
No, but I am flying atop, and it's not like they're inside a building. It was more my point for
Gotcha.
that.
So, back to brunch. Brunch is how long do you guys stay at brunch? Probably 2 hours.
Yeah, Laura, you're muted. Yeah, like a nice 2 hour.
I was gonna say probably a while for drinking. So
Yeah, 2.5, 3.
yeah.
It's a nice
The
day.
table.
We got nowhere to be.
I hope it's a nice day, otherwise we're miserable.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's chillier, right? We have decided it is in the fall, so but it's still nice view, sound of crashing waves against the shore. Okay. Anything else that needs to be said about the conversations happening at brunch?
I think it's all pretty light, pretty fun.
Okay. All right. So, I will say, Roswin, you can make me a perception check, presumably at advantage based on the choice of creature.
Let's hope so, because damn, okay. That's okay. That's a 20.
Okay. So you were at the temple for a little while, so it's gonna take you, we'll say, I don't know, canvassing Waterdeep, sniffing for brunch, hoping to find the exact
Waffles.
the French toast scent that leads you to them. Roswin is a hawk, but can she see why they love Cinnamon Toast Crunch? I don't know. We'll find out. So it takes you about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, before you eventually track down to where, and at this point, it might be even easier to find them because the amount of drinks have increased. So potentially the audibleness of them has increased.
I'm playing
as well.
music.
Yeah.
I know that voice anywhere. Those sweet, sweet melodies.
So yeah, you what kind of music are you playing?
Nice cash. I mean, it's brunch. Something nothing electric sounding.
Okay. All right.
Some
So
nice like Jack Johnson getting the scrum. No, it's fine.
all right. So yeah, after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, you find them. You guys are at brunch, and you see like a hawk or a falcon like fly down. Do you land, or you turn to Rosalind in the air and then fly down?
I land on the table.
Oh God! Hey, who lit a bird in here?
And then it just kind of like boop 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 boop.
Yeah,
down
there's
on
a
the ground.
little bird that lands.
And then I shift back.
And it turns
I'm
into
like,
Rosalind.
Okay. I saved the picture.
You make me a dexterity check.
First roll of the night. Yep, that's a big old 5. Do not save the picture.
Oh, you do one of those where like you have it, but like you bobble it,
Oh no.
and then you lose it.
And she's just kind of like, guys. So I was at the temple,
Oop.
and all these people
It is
came in,
Celeste.
and they were all like attacked, like they had all these wounds and this acid, and they said that a group of cultists came into Waterdeep and they killed this one green half dragon guy, but there is still this black one out there, and they like people's faces were all burnt off. We need to do something. I don't know where they are. I didn't see anything while I was flying, but apparently this has been happening more and more often, and I don't know. We have to track them. I'm not the best at tracking. How can we just eat brunch right now?
Okay. Leo's
I
gonna
mean,
stand
yeah.
up.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh my god, like Remy just comes from the bathroom like, oh.
Whoa.
Okay, let's go. Who are we punching?
Roswin just crashed onto the table as a bird and is now here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said the cult is behind this. They're attacking people in Waterdeep.
In Waterdeep, and apparently they're like getting real smart because they're picking off clerics first so that there can't be any healing.
Well, yeah, we have to go, or at least warn the council that this is happening. Someone has to know.
Absolutely. And maybe we can find them. I don't know. They were just here like a couple hours ago. They can't have gone far.
All right, well, let's go.
Odella pays a man.
And for this picture, I'm handing him broken pieces.
How much do I owe?
I don't know. We'll just call it. How much did you guys drink? That's the real question.
How much did you drink?
I don't know, whatever. All right, so that about answers it.
No.
Morning.
Let's call
Just
it.
kidding.
Let's call it like 15 gold.
15 gold. Just kidding. We have so much money.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay, we pay the man.
You pay the man.
All right. So I'm sorry, do you know where this happened at all? Should we start there, or should we immediately go and alert maybe Dylan, or maybe Dylan has more eyes in the city, if he can speak to the
Yeah.
birds.
Right now, I'm like killing myself for not taking animal messenger like I had wanted to. Yeah, I mean, so basically, they indicated to me like exactly where the attack happened, but they ran off. The people ran off, is what they said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They didn't tell you really where it happened because they were like it happened to them and they were sort of assaulted. They fended things off and then they ran to you and they said there's probably no reason why they would stick around. So where they can kind of give you a general idea of where it happened, but like there's a broad general area.
Okay. Well, Odella Harper's.
Sure. Like, do you want to find out information, or you just want to go
I
somewhere?
want to go see the Harpers and see what their eyes see because they're all over the place, according to you.
I mean, I think we just need to make sure that somebody knows that this is happening in the city and then see if we can help take actions to prevent it.
Maybe. I just want to fucking fight the people who burnt someone's face off.
Well, we also have to think about what would they be doing in a city in a high risk situation. If they're here, they're probably planning not to hit just people in the street, but maybe they have a bigger target. So we need to address that before they do whatever they've come into Waterdeep to do.
Fine. I'll let you take the lead, but as soon as I see them, I'm going ape.
Oh no, absolutely. We are doing that, but we need to warn the council is what I'm saying. So I think we should probably call Leo's in. We have a stone to him, right? And then maybe to Dylan as well. Do we have one?
I don't have one to him.
Oh, okay.
I can send Pygot with like a letter if you want.
Oh my god.
Send him to the Druid Den, the secret club.
The Leaf Man.
The Leaf Man.
Well, you'd have to like let me know where you think he would be, because it's not like Pygot just knows.
Well, just the oh my god, the green Emerald Enclave place.
You get there eventually.
The
Let's
green trees.
Let's start with Leo's, and maybe they're all together. Who knows? It's D&D.
Okay, what do you want me to tell him?
Cultists have been spotted in the city. Is everyone secure? Do we need to take action? That sort of like. Why are you making that face? Are you going to send him little exos?
No, I'm trying to count how many words that is.
That's Leo, by the way. Like, what?
Oh. She's like, hold on. I'll take out the stone and say, cultist spotted in the city. Is everyone okay?
It's 2 hours ago. Also, right? They attacked.
2 hours ago. Do you know if they're still here?
And he will very shortly after that respond to you and say, no, they're not. No, they're not still here. I need to count these out. Well, not anymore. Anymore is 2 words. Yeah, anymore. Come to the council. Metallic dragons go okay?
Oh, right. We have to
talk about that, didn't we?
No.
No, we never did. Okay.
Oops, awkward.
Yeah, now you're back in the city telling them about dragon cultist attacks. They sent you on a mission to deal with the metallic dragons.
Crazy.
Where
We
the
just
war
got
got
here. We
here.
just got here. Wow. Yeah, we should go to the council like, right now.
So is that where you guys go?
I guess now that they know we're here.
Yeah, we kind of have to, right? I'm gonna eat a breath mint, and then we can go.
I wasn't sure if that was Leo or Celeste. They're very similar. So
Oh.
I was just like, thank you, Celeste, for telling us that.
No, that was Leo.
I got
Sorry.
it. It makes more sense now.
I just really identify with Leo. It's hard to tell us
How
apart.
drunk is everybody?
That's a good
I'm
question.
so sober.
I'm really mostly okay. I think Remy only had like 2 mimosas.
Remy was
do, like-
talking a lot.
Yeah, and didn't do the like all you can drink kind of thing because it's not worth your money unless you drink a lot. And they were like, nah.
And Leo's like, yeah, another pitcher.
I mean, I got 21 on my constitution check. I just rolled right now. You know, and it takes a lot to get him. I think he's like at a 4, like a happy buzzed 4.
Okay.
Yeah, he's normally drinking whiskey.
Yeah, he drinks all the time. So.
I just rolled a natural 20 for my constitution check, so
Whoa.
Della sobered up pretty quickly. I guess.
Yeah, this whole scenario, I mean, seems to sober you up pretty well. And then, like, there's this, so, like, you guys are all like, happy. And then there's
Yeah.
this sobering, like, fuck, we never told them about
Like,
the metallic dragons.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
We're professional.
So, yeah, you guys make your way there, and you can see the entire council is there.
Oh, man, I feel so awkward.
And you can see what, as you are walking in, you can see that, like, as you're coming in, you see a knife kind of go across the throat of a black dragon, half dragon, drop to the ground. And it's pretty much, and it's the tiefling from the Zentarum who hasn't really spoken at all, doesn't say anything, just kind of like wipes the blade on, turns out her pants. Forgot about that because I read it wrong. Her pants. Ryan Nightshade is a girl.
Oh,
My bad.
how close am I?
I don't know. How close are you?
I don't know. I don't know when exactly this person's being killed.
No, basically you guys are like opening the double doors, and like there's the double doors, an antechamber, and then the main chamber hall, and like you can see them, and then but it doesn't seem like the council's not up in arms about it. Like like they're seeming like they're having a conversation, and she just sort of and like wipes the blade on her pants, puts like twirls it, sticks it away, and just goes and like sits back in the corner, doesn't say anything.
That's so hot.
And when the doors open then everybody turns to see you, and like the conversation stop, and they wait for you to enter.
We're
Oh, I'm gonna
here.
Go to
Enter.
the bench.
Yeah, I'm gonna stride forward.
And they say, well, we haven't heard from you in several days. And this is kind of just like a generic voice of the council at this point. How did it go? You went on the mission to secure assistance from the metallic dragons. How did it go?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna look at Adele. You wanna?
It went well. The metallic dragons are on our side. There's one less metallic dragon, so that's not great. But like I said, they're on our side. So there was a bit of trouble. That's why it took us so long. Sorry.
But ultimately, the dragons have agreed to come to assist us when we need them in this final fight.
Okay. And then at this point they say, oh, that's wonderful. They say there'll be discussion about this, and they gesture to the dead half dragon on the ground. But in the meantime, we had assumed you would succeed. You haven't failed at anything you've been set forth to thus far. So now that you're telling us you have acquired the metallic dragon aid, we would like to have you, knowing them best and having talked to them the most, allocate them where you think, to which groups you think they would be best suited, if possible.
So assigning the 4 dragons to like the different guilds.
Yes. Yeah, basically, who are you assigning and where?
Well, Elia is already in the Harpers,
True.
loosely.
Yeah. And then we had the real smarty pants one, who might work well with the what is it, the Lord's
Luthra?
Alliance, or or there's not really like a studious group.
I guess I'm sorry, I'm reading this incorrectly. So that is true, but you could choose to assign. You don't have to assign one to one. You can assign multiple to a location. It's up to you. To a faction. You could to a faction. I'm sorry. So you could assign all of them to the Harpers if you want. But
the Nemer, the Leo's witch lady, has worked with the Harpers in the Gauntlet before.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think
Elia works with the Harpers.
Yeah, you can send them wherever you want. They're asking you what your opinions are.
Yeah, we're just discussing.
Yeah, it's probably best if we break them up, right? So everybody has a dragon, or
you get a dragon, and
but
you
there's
get a dragon.
5.
Well, who do we hate?
Factions. I assume the Zentarum, but aren't there 5?
There are.
Okay.
Lord's Alliance, Emerald Enclave, the Harpers, the Zentarum,
The Gauntlet.
and the Gauntlet.
They're the one you're in.
Yep.
Wow. Thanks. Is it just the 5, or are we also counting like Elf King and all the other ones who have thrown their lots into here?
You can if you wish.
Elf King's not on our
Well,
happy
he's
with
kind
us,
of
I don't think.
kind
Is
of
he?
a dick, but
Can be dragonless for all I care.
I mean, my opinion is Eleuthera with the Lord's Alliance, Nemer with the Gauntlet, Elia with the Harpers, and then Taz McKellar with the Emerald Enclave. But that's me.
yeah, I'm into that.
Remy smiles and nods at these. They've only been traveling with the Belladonnas for like a week now. They haven't hit that point yet. So they trust their judgment.
Okay, so they ask, but they, in the process of discussing where to allocate dragons, they do ask you how it went and what kind of concessions, if any, you had to make to obtain their aid.
Well, I think we can tell them that somebody or a band of folks were responsible for slaying the gold dragon, and so we had to go and hunt down this person and take care of them, which we did. There were just I think other concessions, just a couple magic items, and then Leo did some stuff, but we don't need to tell the council that.
I don't remember.
Leo had a past good relationship, and they were happy to help.
Oh, I think we did promise Eleuthera like some sort of command, like war game type command, because he was good at like strategy, but I don't really remember.
It was so long ago.
I know.
Okay. A lot of stuff happened.
All right, that's fine. Basically, the general mood of everyone is that you didn't concede too much.
No,
people are like, there are several people are excited that you didn't have to make them forcibly apologize for things, because there's a potential of having to apologize for the dragon moots and other things. So you basically got away with minimal amount of concessions.
Yeah, we took on the personal burden of this mostly, and we personally took care of it. So, at much risk to ourselves, including death to some of us.
So, all right. So your Lord's Alliance member, they will assign to Daggelt Neverember wants to assign them to Neverwinter, and they'll protect basically statistically 100-mile radius from the point where they're assigned, from kind of any other draconic raids. The Harpers tell you that they can't really talk about it, but they're going to use their dragon that you assigned to them for intelligence gathering. And that's that. That's all you need to know. The Order of the Gauntlet sends their dragon to Elturel. Not too far, actually, so it would actually protect the Primpin Pie.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Hey! Aww!
Perfect, because real hotbed down there.
And the Emerald Enclave sends their dragon to protect an ancient treant known as the Grandfather Tree.
Oh, wow.
So,
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
So they do that.
Wait, is Nemer protecting the Forbidden Pie? Leo's sex buddy?
Yep.
No!
Yep.
Unacceptable!
Protecting the area where.
We have a great relationship.
So,
So
are you interested in also having sex with the dragon?
Not particularly.
you'll never know unless you try.
Well, technically, isn't Leo part dragon?
Yes.
Only part. Imagine if it was the whole thing.
Wow.
The whole dragon. Anyway. So they say, all right, well, now that that business is handled, let us deal with this. And they gesture to the deceased half-dragon cult member on the floor. And they say, it seems as though there has been an increase in... It seems every time we strike a blow, they increase their raids. Typically, they've been... This is the first we've heard of them attempting something in the city. Typically, it's outlying smaller cities that can't defend themselves, towns, villages, and things. Clearly, this was not the right way to go about this, to try and openly attack folks in the street. Thankfully, some of our agents were nearby and were able to stop it before any real mayhem could be concerned. But I wonder if this isn't a ploy to draw our attention here while they work on things elsewhere. They say, however, seemingly the last we gathered what information we could from this one. Unfortunately, there wasn't much that they were willing to say, and they have a well, normally prisoners spit in your face. This one's a little bit different. So anyway, we do, however, have some good news. It seems as though a senior member of the Cult of the Dragon is looking to defect. And they're offering us a dragon mask for safe passage and protection.
Who are they? What color?
Wait,
The blue dragon mask.
weren't we already told by somebody that they had...
All right. Well, that is excellent news. Do you know more about this person, or perhaps where we can find them?
So they say it could be a trap, but we think it's a necessary risk. If they do have access to this mask, this can stop Tiamat's rise. They're holed up in a fortress known as Zonthal's Tower, which was recently taken over by the cult. Zonthal, for those of you who want to spell it, is Xonthal.
That's not what I wrote at all.
I actually spelled that right first try. Okay.
Am I crazy, or did somebody already tell us that they have all the black dragon masks at the place that they're going to like raise Tiamat?
All the black dragon masks?
Or all the dragon
all the masks at the wells. No.
You know that the black one was there. You know that the red one was there.
The green one's there.
The green
And the
one's
white
there. And the white one. The blue one, they
Okay.
didn't know where it was.
Okay.
This is our last
Presumed to be there
Okay.
because all of them, but
I was like, I could have sworn we got information from somebody.
you
that
did.
all-
I think Varum told you a bunch.
Okay.
Oh, how is he?
We didn't bring him pie.
And they
Where's
tell
Nudie Mags?
and they tell you that one, because of your stellar track record, and two, because we think a small team will have a better chance of infiltrating this fortress, getting the mask and the defector, and getting out.
Yes,
Probably.
we are good at stealth.
Oh.
Great.
Sure.
So we'd like to ask you to investigate this for us.
Okay.
Right.
They will
Fair
also say their it's contention, and you can see there is kind of murmurs and things amongst the group that the Red Wizards are playing an integral part in the cult's plan in summoning Tiamat.
Ah,
Yeah, because we've already fought a bunch of them and had like letters and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So we are, and they say they're looking into ways to cripple or things to try and sway the Red Wizards away. And you can see that definitely some folks are very unhappy with this, even just the thought of trying to work with them or do anything with them. But they say we're not in any place to approach that further. So, but
Who's uncomfortable about it?
the Order of the Gauntlet, for sure.
Leo's uncomfortable about it. You cannot trust a red wizard.
Yeah, some members of the Lord's Alliance. Emerald Enclave is just kind of like hands off on all that, although Undeath is kind of the antithesis of the natural world. The Zentarum, Brian doesn't say anything. And the Harpers are like, they're sort of the proponent of this. And then again, obviously, certain members of the Lord's Alliance are for it. Basically anything we can do to get this. Other ones are like, no way, not at all. So they said, they're sending agents to see what kind of intel they can gather on that side. But for now, they think that if we can secure a dragon mask, that's big. That's the biggest blow we could deal to them thus far.
Okay, so to clarify, is the Red Wizard situation and Zonthal's Tower situation two different things?
They are two different things.
Okay, so
They're just giving you a
go-
heads up that that's a thing they're looking into.
Got it.
More may to come. There may be more to follow.
I might have missed it, but where's this tower at?
Oh yeah, where?
So they didn't actually tell you, but I will
Okay.
tell you. Let me see here. They will tell you Iskander is the defector. His name is Iskander. mhm. And basically they will read to you he sent a message that was brought by Ryan Nightshade to the group. And then it says, "You don't know me, but we can help each other immeasurably. My name is Iskander, and I made a terrible mistake in joining the Cult of the Dragon. The cult's horrifying plans are sure to bring doom to all, but I can stop those plans with your help. Rescue me from the cult's clutches, and I will deliver you to the prize of prizes, the Blue Dragon Mask. Without it, Severin faces an insurmountable setback in the effort to call Tiamat back to our world. The mask is here in Zonthal's Tower, being studied and guarded by only a handful of wizards, including myself. The danger of my treason becoming known grows with every passing day, and if I'm discovered, I'll surely be killed. Please hurry for the sake of everyone and everything you value."
Wow. Well, sounds like we need to go as soon as possible.
I really hope this isn't a trick. I really like saving people versus killing people.
Well, even if it is, the chance to get at some more cultists. Well, every little bit counts.
Good to me. You should see what those assholes did to people in the temple. It wasn't pretty.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so you guys leave to go on this. So Leo, you can make me a history check.
All right. History. 15.
Okay. So you would know a little bit about Zonthal's Tower,
Okay.
just from like tales and legend. So it's legendary among wizards and other kind of storytellers for its unusual magical defenses, including a magical hedge mage that surrounds the tower
Ooh.
itself.
That's cool.
Zonthel, the wizard who created the tower, was extraordinary. He was known. He started as just a base, like low-level adventurer, and then traveled across all of Faerun. His work focused heavily on conjuration and elemental evocation,
Oh,
and he
boy.
often kept elementals and genies for company.
Cool.
And he prized solitude, so he designed a tower to keep
That
people
nobody could
out.
get there. Yeah. Well,
Like,
I
where
will
is it?
relay all of that.
Some
party.
think he might have become a lich.
Oh, great.
Oh
Cool.
boy. But we don't know what his role might be, or if he supports the Cult of the Dragon,
Or if he's
involved.
even alive.
Right. We have no idea.
Yeah, no one really knows what his deal is.
If he was alive, he would be a lich, though, right? Because he's so old, or like.
I mean, or just magically extended age through, through high level magics.
Got it.
I mean, but some people are convinced that he's just dead.
Hmm.
You know, and kind of it's like the spooky house, like, oh, you're gonna go into the hedge maze by Zonthel's tower. They say he still lives there. I heard he's dead. I heard he's a lich.
He's an old ghost man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, relay the legends. Leo's a little bit excited.
Okay. Well, you guys get this information.
Cool.
So
Well.
I guess we have our a lot of work to do to get into this place. But any suggestions, Harpers, on how to perhaps approach undetected?
And they will say, I mean, there's only 4 of you, so travel light, and you know, they don't really have any good information for you other than like be on your guard or things like that, because no one really knows, because it's
Right.
supposed to be shifting and changing and things like that.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Well, suppose we've probably wasted enough time. Let's go get this guy.
Okay. You guys will go to get this guy. I'm just trying to make sure I understand exactly where this place is, because it is not actually explicitly discussed anywhere in the text
About where?
where it is.
Guys,
It
good
moves.
I have Pass Without a Trace prepped already.
Hell yeah.
Maybe we'll go into it without immediately making ourselves known. Maybe.
You don't want to shoot sparkles off into the sky?
I would love to shoot sparkles in the
Yeah.
sky, but I think we're being told not to go.
Not to do
approach
the
this time.
sparkle approach. I'm going to run to the restroom.
Okay, give me 1 sec while I look up exactly where this location is. Let's see. All right, Zonthel's tower is on the southern slope of Mount Hlim.
What? Southern slope of Mount Hlim?
It's Hlim. That's how I'm pronouncing it.
Hlim.
Sounds appropriate.
Let's go to Mount Hlim after Temple.
That's where you're going after Temple.
I know. I didn't get to say bye to Miriam.
Where's Slim?
That's the next question I'm looking up on the Google machine right now.
Goodness for that Google machine.
Zonthel's tower was a tower in the Western Heartlands. Okay, that gives me an idea. Okay, so it says Mount Hlim, and I looked up something, and it said it was in Karator, which is a whole other continent. And I was like, the fuck? That's gonna be fun. I don't remember that in my game, but let's see here. So they say it's in the Western Heartlands. So Western Heartlands is like Baldur's Gate-ish region, down around there. So let's pick a spot. Good old Zonthel. It's a settlement there. Oh, great. This is so useless.
I was like, wait, it's down by Baldur's Gate? Does like Odella know where it is then?
Maybe. I don't fucking know.
I mean, she
Let's
lived
just
there
start
for, like,
walking in a direction,
13
see where it
years.
takes us.
Where, like, the amount of threads that I find on the internet that are like, where is Zonthal's tower, is a testament to the fact that nobody knows where this damn place is.
You're just
That's-
like, and we go to Zonthal's tower. Great, perfect.
That's the first maze, is just trying to navigate.
That is that it's a maze they
Historical
built
record.
in for the DM to find. That's how difficult it is.
Everybody gets a puzzle.
I mean, I've got some great artwork showcasing what it looks like, but okay. So
I
we're
don't
gonna
wanna help
say
work in case it gives me spoilers. So I'm sorry, you're on your own.
that's okay. Zonthal's tower. Oh wait, hang on. This map is a better map. So it is in. Where is this? The Forgotten Forest, right nearby there in the Marsh of Chellenber. Alright, where's that map?
I was like, now I have to pull up the map.
Hang on. So, okay. All right, I got it now. So we are in Marsh of Chellenber. It's just north of that. Okay, so we are going down, basically northeast of Baldur's Gate, to the right of the Serpent Hills. Got a heading here, so that means we know. So you guys can teleport relatively close via transport via plants. You can get down to. You guys sort of traveled. Yeah, actually, Borskire Bridge. Oh, the Serpent Hills. That's where you guys went to go
Yeah, I was
deal
gonna say, that's by where that thing is.
Diderius's tomb.
Yeah, where we picked up our best friend Verum.
Yeah, so basically, a north or just almost due east from where that was is where Zonthal's tower is.
So one thing to bear in mind is that if I cast transport via plants again, then I'm going to be down my 1 slot for my 6th level spell and my 1 slot for my 7th level spell. So I won't have anything major.
How far the Serpent Hills weren't like super far away from Scornubel, were they? I can't remember.
You are basically from Scornubel, you're going straight up north from there. That's through the Reaching Woods, over the Trioletta Hills. So it's not too far from there. No.
Could we ask the Emerald Enclave to cast this tree spell for us so Roz doesn't have to burn it? Does that seem well within their power?
Or do they know of any like teleports near there?
No, definitely no teleportation circles anywhere near there because it's too small town to have teleportation circles.
Okay.
In that general, like Baldur's Gate, right? That would be closer. Daggerford, maybe.
Baldur's Gate is closer than Scornubel?
No, but Scornubel doesn't have a teleportation circle.
I know, but I just wanted to.
No, Scornubel's closer, but Baldur's Gate, you can get there.
I'm sure we could get Dylan or an Emerald
'Cause we
baby
can get
to
back
send
to
us.
we can get back to Scornubel easy, right? It doesn't.
Yeah, you can get back to Scornubel right now.
Doesn't take anything away from Roswin to go back to Scornubel, right?
Not spell-wise, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me see, because Dylan's a ranger. He can't do that.
Yeah.
What?
He may be a leaf boy, but he's not a leaf boy.
Whoa.
Yeah, Dylan's a ranger. He's a martial fighter with a winter wolf pet.
I had no idea. I would have liked him a lot more if I knew that.
Yeah, no.
Nature people, they're all the same.
They all smell like patchouli.
I'll have you know I smell like jasmine.
Seriously.
my-
He tells you that he can get someone, but he doesn't have anybody like on call at the moment right here in the city that can cast that kind of magic. That's some 6th level spell stuff right there. It's a level 11 adventurer. They're
I
off
mean,
doing things.
do we want to just sleep for the night and then head off? It's already halfway through the day.
That's fine
And
with
they
me.
tell you the sooner the better, because we don't know how long Iskander will last. But if that's what makes the most sense, then that's what you need to do.
Because I mean, if he goes to find somebody, it's just gonna probably take I assume, like I would inquire, will it take more than morning?
And he says potentially to get them here and back, yes. To get them contact, probably not, but to get them here. And they say that they don't have a large employ of folks that are a high enough level that they can get here and then get you where you need to go.
Because if we finish the day, then Odella
Also-
and Rid are like done getting better,
Well,
Yeah.
and I'll have my spell slot back.
if that's what makes sense.
Yeah, then let's do that.
Okay, let's just shack up here,
Okay.
I guess.
Or you can go back to Scornubel. I mean, that's your
That's
call.
true. We'll just go to the P&P. We're gonna end up in the same place anyway by going through a tree. So
But also, if we want, we can grab like crazy eyes or whatever. We can we can grab
Yeah.
like mounts
Mount
if we
up.
want.
Okay, so back to Scornubel.
I don't want this to be like a long thing, but before she leaves, like Roswin will tell Miriam like she's going, and good luck, and it was amazing to see her doing her work, basically.
And she's like, oh, you're just... And she just, she gives you a big hug.
I hug her back, obviously.
And she says, it's been wonderful to have you here. It's been, I don't know, it's not very often that I get someone so interested in hearing about the prayer side of things, and interesting to teach someone who knows so much something so basic, if you will. These are things we teach early on in the church, and you've learned so much, but coming back to roots.
Well, I want to be great at whatever this is, and I want to know everything about it, and hopefully I'll have a long time to learn it all, but I want to understand everybody else's perspective and take from following Sailor Nay. And maybe something will work better for me than what I got going on now. I don't know, but I'm not going to know if I don't learn.
And she says, it's clear you've already begun to learn. Already wiser than when you arrived. Perhaps we just brought it out. And she will look, are you wearing the brooch that you got?
Yeah, she's been wearing it since she got it.
Okay. And she will point out to you and she says, where did you get that?
Well, it was my mom's. Luckily, I found it when I went back home recently.
She kind of nods a little as she looks at it and she says, it seems you've had a connection with Our Lady for a long time, perhaps before you were born.
I mean, I know it's got moons on it, but
And she says, there may be more to that than you think.
okay, but how much more? Because I'm down for all this, but I'm not one to like cryptic things. So
And she says, I'm sorry, dearie. I'm old. We say things cryptically.
please, we
she
know
says,
that you're
it's-
like 20 at heart.
She's like, it's part of what, it gives us joy. Us old folks tease you youngins.
Well,
No fun if we just tell you.
I mean, it could be a little bit fun, but I mean,
And she laughs.
I guess, you're sending me home like this. I'm just going to be sitting in my room rubbing it like a genie lamp till morning. So
And she just chuckles to herself. And she says, I hope to see you again.
oh, you will. I'm
She's-
going to beat up the darkness.
She smiles. She says, good luck.
Thanks. And I'll give her another hug and then run out of the temple towards my friends.
Okay, you do. And yeah, you guys head back to Scornubel, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
You guys rest for the evening. Anything I need to know about this evening?
My crab's gone yet? Damn.
How many days was it, Katie?
I mean, I didn't give her a number of days, but I'm gonna say it's gonna take at least 3 days.
So nope.
You gotta smother them with the salve so they can't breathe. It's gruesome when you think about it.
There has to be a more magical way to handle this.
Maybe, but I like this way.
Yeah.
Lets me sleep at night.
Me too. All right. So yeah, you're still got your crabs. From your dungeon
Tell
pants.
will like come knock on your door, then be like, are you okay?
Busy.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll open the door and I'll be like, yes, I'm fine.
Are you mad at me or something?
No, definitely not mad at you. A little bit mad at myself. But
for what?
Stuff.
Are you sure everything's okay?
Yeah, I don't. It's pretty embarrassing. So I'm trying not to tell you about it.
Okay, well, you ever feel like telling me about it in the future, let me know.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I put on the pants and I got crabs. Okay, like dungeon pants.
Oh.
I don't. That's just what happened.
Leo.
I'm just laying it all out there.
Leo, why would you do that?
They're leather pants. They're really not like. I mean, look at them. I've got them like folded on my bed, like nicely. They're clean now.
We could have just bought you leather pants. Like,
it was a pride thing. I don't know. I earned those pants.
Okay. Well, good night.
I mean, I can cuddle. I'll keep my pants on, but I don't know how to do that. I've never done that before.
You know, you have a lot of studying to do. Like, I will just. You be good.
What does that mean?
Turn around and
pat you on the head.
What is it? I'm gonna slam my door just a little bit.
And then reapply the salve 3 times a day. Don't forget.
Just so open and honest. I'm gonna go pout in my room for the rest of the night.
Okay. All right. So then the night goes by. We wake up on the 5th day since your return to life, Rid and Odella. You are no longer at any negatives from being resurrected, or raised deaded, I guess I should say. And yeah, you guys are ready to set out, presumably, unless there's things you need to do or say, before you head to Zonthal's Tower.
Do I know that Gary will be okay if I put him in the portable hole?
He's dead. He's fine.
I don't know. You make me an Arcana check.
Ooh, not bad. 18.
Okay, yeah, you don't think he needs to breathe. You're not sure he'll like it, but...
I tell him that it's just until we get through the teleportation spell, and then I'll let him out.
And he just nods knowingly.
So understanding.
Right as you're scheming, Rosalind bursts through the bathroom. And she goes, Odella, Miriam told me some cryptic shit about this brooch from my mom. Can you identify this and see if anything, before we go?
Yeah, it'll take me 10 minutes, but I think we have 10 minutes. And I
Yeah.
will start to ritually cast Identify.
Leo is like dragging around his bag, like outside, like being really like loud and pouty, like the whole time you're doing it.
Sounds about right. Yeah, so you do. You identify it, and it's weird in that it's definitely magical, and it's old magic, like unique. It's not doesn't really conform too much to the traditional forms of magic. And you can definitely discern that it is attunement
Okay.
for sure.
And does it seem like divine?
It does seem, yeah, it seems divine. It seems abjurative, right? Protective in nature.
Okay.
But it seems like the process of attuning is what reveals what it does. That makes sense.
I'll hand it back to her, and I will relay like the scientific terms.
Yeah.
Then be like,
She's
but I
just
think
like-
if you spend more time with it, I think you'll be able to understand it on your own.
I mean, I've been like staring at it all night before I went to sleep, and I've been wearing it for days. I feel like I've attuned to things before. Why is this attunement so hard?
I can't tell you that because it seems like something to do with your faith. It's not a magic thing. Otherwise, I'd be able to tell you.
A, B, C.
Okay. In tradition,
Maybe?
huh?
You said you did it before you went to sleep, and you did it like through the day. Maybe you need to do it at night because you have a moon goddess. That's what I had to do for this ring.
I mean, I was rubbing it.
I don't think rubbing it is the appropriate way to attune to his.
Leo
I wanna do
laughs
before I
from the hallway.
Maybe it needs to be a full moon. I don't know.
Ain't nobody got time for a full moon.
Says the moon devotee.
Well, it should be in this many days.
Yeah. So let me ask you exactly, Katie. So obviously you've been staring at this thing and apparently rubbing it a lot.
All night long.
Every
yeah.
night, all
Under the
night,
covers.
under the covers, on top of the covers. Whenever you have a little bit of time by yourself.
Like, I hope I didn't wake up Remy. I've been rubbing it so much right above her bed in my little hand.
You know, as one does.
No, I mean, she's been like staring at it, and like obviously she knows that Miriam's been cryptic, so like she's been thinking on it, you know, herself, and you know, just reflecting on it in different aspects that she can think of, whether it be, you know, from a perspective of Selune or from her mother who owned it, and trying to reflect back because she said that it's been a long time since, you know, Selune has had an eye on her family, etc. And trying to think of any sort of like moments in her past that could have reflected that this was going on.
Okay. All right. So with all of that, have you also, I guess this is the other question, that have you like focused with the, I guess, the intent of attunement, if you will, because that requires the entirety of 1 hour focused on doing nothing but that.
Yeah, she's focused on it entirely for an hour.
Okay. So, I will say you are considered attuned to this item. And some of, I mean, it's on your character sheet, right? So you obviously know what it does.
I know what it is.
But I'll say the base, what's it called? The unarmored defense is the word I'm trying to think of. That is active.
Nice.
So that
That's what
piece
I
is
want.
active as of this morning, we'll say. The other bits that happen to it, those need some sort of trigger. That of which you have not experienced yet.
Okay. Okay. Do I smell the jasmines?
You do, absolutely. The warmth, you feel the warmth, and you smell the constant smell of jasmine. That sort of feeling of mother's love holding and protecting you with its magics.
I'm so pleased. Okay.
Okay.
Just out of character, just as long as I got my AC going.
Yes. You jerk. You've got it.
Great. Okay. Well, I am like, excellent. Thank you, Odella. I suddenly realized that I've done it.
Glad to be of help.
Gary's
And-
also there.
I give him side eye and I'm like, well, let's go. No time to dilly dally. And I go through and I like check to see which version of Rit is there this morning.
It's still Remy.
Remy! I just like
Hey,
loop arms and I'm like, shall we?
we shall.
I'm so excited for this trip. I need this.
Okay. So you guys are going to, I guess, are you taking mounts? What's the plan?
We're trying to sneak up on this thing. Probably not the best idea to have a bunch of creatures with us.
You want Crazy Eyes with his
His
sweet ass
glues?
glues?
In a hedge maze?
I mean, I could just climb up and over, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna work just like that. I'm
Yeah,
sure I'm gonna be able to just
exactly like
fly over it and there's
Oh.
not gonna be any issues.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut the hedges.
Yeah.
No worries.
Whatever. Magical hedge maze. I'm sure there's no catch.
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
let's leave all the mountains.
Let's leave it out.
So salty.
All right. So no glues, no crazy eyes, no midnight,
No
Uh,
Poppy.
no Poppy.
No
So
Harley.
it-
But my new friend, maybe.
maybe. We'll see. So you guys all set out. Well, I'll remind you, Celeste, that it's a 10-minute casting time.
Okay.
Just gonna throw that out there.
That's good. I'm glad you
Yeah.
brought
A
that
lot
up.
of people forget about that.
Yes.
Paladin for life. I know these things.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So you guys set out. So it's early morning. You set out for this. If you're trying to sneak in, are you going first thing in the morning, or are you going to attempt to go later in the night?
Well,
I mean, I guess arrive and scope it out and see what the security looks like and then make a decision if we want
Well,
to.
yeah, because we can't. The area that when we go through, it's not going to be like right at the city. Because
No, it's going to take some time. Yes.
Yeah. So
let's go as early as possible and then assess the situation from there.
Okay. So you guys teleport or transport via plants as close as you possibly can, based on the general idea of where the Serpent Hills is tied to where Zonthal's Tower is. So you transport through, and you realize that you've got probably 4 hours on foot travel before you get to where you think Zonthal's Tower is, based on your estimation. Anything of importance in this 4 hours?
I let Gary out.
Gary's there.
Probably Gary.
Yeah, he's hopeful.
Is he though?
Yes, he's very helpful, and he's so silent.
Yeah, but he still makes gestures that are unappreciated.
What do you mean? Why is Odella plagued with things that do things behind your back?
All I'm saying is you didn't believe me when we told you about Pygot, and now you do. So I don't know why you'd think I would lie about this.
I don't think you're lying. I just didn't know it was happening.
What's happening?
Maybe just don't antagonize him.
And Gary is just like,
I'm sorry, who's healing you when you're out on the ground?
You
Oh
are.
my god.
Boy, Vay.
Gary's
Okay.
got his little backpack on.
He's so cute. Look how cute he is.
All excited.
No,
This guy's
no.
thumbs through the straps.
Leo is not on Odella's team today because he feels he was slighted last night. So whatever. He's just gonna angrily stomp ahead.
Okay.
We don't have time to worry about Gary, but if he gets us caught,
He's out there. He's got a bell. He's just ringing it.
he's got what I imagine is he's got one of those like hook things with like a little metal travel mug on his backpack that's just
Yeah,
like,
Just
clang,
shake
clang,
it
clang.
Like a hobo bag.
yeah.
Yeah, he's got a little bindle that he's carrying, and it's making all sorts of noise.
What did you bring? Only coins?
Just coins in a metal tin. Say the 4 hours go by relatively uneventfully, and you guys make your way towards this area, and you can kind of see this tower, and then it is completely in the center of a massive labyrinthine maze of hedges.
Cool.
Would you like to enter the maze?
Hold on.
Let
Let me
Gave
But-
Celeste chills right there.
but does it look like we could fly over the maze though?
Yeah, seems like it.
That's not real. That's not gonna work. We can
They're
try.
They're 8 feet tall. The hedges.
I mean, I can do pass without a trace where it goes for an hour.
Okay.
So I don't know if we want to be sneaky in the maze or we want to leave sneaky for later.
Well, I would assume we would want to be sneaky entering the maze because I'm guessing that once we're inside it, I mean, people from the tower probably couldn't.
The tower stands pretty high,
Mhm.
so you're not sure.
Mm.
You know, you may be able to see the tower, they may be able to see you, kind of a thing. Depends on where you are.
It's like the theater.
Yes.
Yes.
Before we go, like right before we go in, I will twin Death Ward on Remy and Leo, if he allows me to touch him.
It's fine.
Ugh.
Don't look happy about it, but whatever.
Just a bunch of babies in this group.
Not a baby. You're a baby.
Accurate.
All right. Well, I mean, pass without a trace is a second level spell, so if I need to cast it again, I have to cast it again. So I've got three of those. So,
All right. Well, I mean, we can definitely try and get as far as we can
Okay.
in
So
1 hour.
I will cast pass without a trace on us, so we all get plus 10 to our stealth rolls.
Okay. So you guys head into the maze then?
Hell yeah.
All right, you enter in this labyrinthine hedge maze,
Give me that Goblin King.
and you see again 8-foot high hedges, but it seems that you can still see the top of the tower from wherever you are within the maze.
Not like that.
Would you like to fly up above the maze?
I think that Remy should make their hair look like a bush, like just like a green afro. Fly up to the top to see if anything happens when their afro hair passes the 8-foot tall shrubs.
So I hate to break it to you, but that is not how being a changeling works.
What?
I could turn my jacket green.
Okay. Could we just like hold
What
like a
doesn't just
stick
change the thing?
up?
Ooh, good call.
Let's just like take a stick
simple
and just like
solution.
slowly creep it up really, really high into the air and see if anything weird happens to it.
Sure, there's a stick. You do that. It's up in the air. It's holding a stick in the air.
How tall does it get?
How tall is your stick,
What?
Celeste?
I'm like 6'3" and my stick is like 4 feet.
So you're 10-foot stick in the air.
Yeah.
You feel kind of
Anything
dumb.
happen to the
Nope.
stick?
You gotta.
feel kind of dumb.
I always feel kind of dumb, Ted. I'm Leo, but
Yep. Yeah. You're holding a stick 10 feet in the air, waving it around like a dummy. Nothing's happening. You got a stick
Okay.
in the air.
all right, we're good at least 10 feet up. Drop my stick on the ground. And I was doing it slowly.
It
I was like,
disappears. No, I'm
waving it
just kidding.
around like a crazy person.
All right. You poked your stick 10 feet in the air. Everything seems fine.
Well, I mean, it looks like they can see us all, no matter what. Should we just try to fly?
I mean, if you're willing to risk it, though, I assume they would have put up some kind of precaution around here. I mean, this
It really
wizard was crazy and an isolationist, so
But it seems
Oh, I guess I
like
should say there was a small. I forgot to mention before you kind of came. There's a very small village that you have to pass through to get to the hedge maze.
oh,
My bad.
well, I kind of want to ask if anybody,
knows what's up.
yeah,
Yeah, of
knows
course.
anything
Yeah, so
about the
we can
hedge
we can rewind a little bit.
Before I'm testing with my stick
maze.
what's going on.
Yeah, let's ask around, see if anyone has ventured in there, if they know any tips or tricks.
Should we look like ourselves?
I mean, this is my one look.
I don't have to.
Oh, I
don't
could
have
be an
to
animal.
either.
I have a disguise kit I just learned. If I want to go ahead and
You tell me.
Sure, why not? That's fun, and then I don't have to awkwardly talk to people. So I'm going to be a cat, and I'm going to go on Remy's shoulder. I'm just kind of perched there. I'm a small kitty.
Turnip is a little nervous because he's a prey animal.
Fair.
That's all.
So you're just trying to discern.
I think let's start off with like general vibe. Like, do the people in this town seem like they've been oppressed by the dragon cult living in the tower? Like, is there a strong dragon cult presence anywhere in this town?
Well, they're red wizards.
No.
No, this is something totally different.
What?
So
Those are
the
two totally separate things.
red wizard intel was about a whole other thing happening that
Because
they
he said it's guarded by only a handful of wizards.
Yeah,
the
not
town
you imposed that they were. You
Okay.
imposed that they were red. They might be. Who knows? You'll find out.
Okay. Near mine.
So the villagers, they'll tell you things were quiet for a really long time, but for almost a year now, they've seen lights through the windows at night and have heard weird, unearthly sounds. Like one person, like a little kid's like, "I saw a blue dragon."
that kid's probably fucking right, and everybody's laughing at that kid.
Basically, yeah, everyone's like, "Yeah, sure, kid."
Yeah, you're crazy,
It's
Timmy. No, I saw it.
Yep. Timmy, that's his name.
Great, thank you. Okay, but they haven't had any trouble from like cultists coming through here or asking for supplies or anything.
No, nothing has come up. The theory. Mhm.
And then asking if anybody has tried to go into the hedge maze or get closer to the tower at all. Like anybody gotten curious and tried to.
They will warn you about entering the maze. They say because few who ever enter it ever come back. Even animals and birds avoid it.
Oh.
And they say their theory with the lights and the weird sounds and stuff, they think that Zonthal has returned or that he's awakened as a lich. Or that one of the genies or elementals that he once imprisoned broke free, but it remains trapped inside the tower.
Got it. Okay. have you seen anything happen to any of the birds that have gone over this? Like, or
He said they just don't.
They just don't.
They just know to avoid it.
Huh. All right. Well, I'd like to give these helpful people some like little silver for their information, and I think we can probably. Any other questions, gang?
No.
I think we can fast forward back again to me holding a stick up. In the air.
You got that stick.
Well, does somebody want to try and fly? But I mean, I can't do it. I don't have my loot anymore. I have no way to fly.
I feel like it'll hurt.
The stick seems unharmed.
I don't have a good reason for feeling like it'll hurt. I just feel like it'll hurt. But I can do it.
I think that if birds just know not to go, they have a pretty good instinct for these things. It probably has something to do with actual living creatures.
Yeah, I mean, if we can progress forward in this maze and we don't run into anything horrible, why not use the cover of the hedge maze and move forward?
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, if we fly up, we don't really have any cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember last time we had a sky battle? I try to forget.
Also, remember the last time we flew into a situation?
Hey, that ended up just fine.
Let's see how bad this maze is
Yeah,
before
let's
we
try the
start
maze.
getting crazy. Maybe it's just, a nice walk in the park.
Probably.
I'm sure.
So as you guys
I'm in front.
set foot into this maze, you can see a human male dressed in black robes standing on the balcony of the tower. Now it surrounds it, but it's strange that as you enter it, it doesn't look that far away that you can actually make out the detail of what's on top of the tower. And you see this human male dressed in black robes standing on the balcony, waving something over top of his head. And it's hard to make out details, but it might be a blue mask. And he yells, and he's screaming at the top of his lungs, and you can hear him. And he says, "Heroes! They saw you in the village. I've taken the mask, but they'll realize it's missing within minutes. Look for me beneath the tower, for it's the only place I have a chance to hide. This is the key that will teleport you into the dungeon." And as he speaks, he holds aloft the second item, a sort of white shimmering hourglass. He says, "I will leave it behind after I use it, but others may find it before you do." And then you see him turn and look over his shoulder, and another figure dashes out onto the balcony, and you see a flash of blades and an explosion of spellfire, and he grabs the other person and pitches them off the tower and then runs back down.
God damn.
Seems real suspicious.
All right. I don't know. I'm kind of
It's like
into
the
this
most
dude.
performative thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
I'm
Is
so
it
about
theater?
this.
So much for our disguises.
Let's.
Yeah, I was like, I was disguised as another person.
Whoops. Well, yeah. Let's. I think everybody knows we're here now. So let's get a move on.
Wow, I'm glad I wasted that spell slot. Just screams at us from a balcony.
Sweet.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right, if I'm understanding this right, he is going to leave us the white hourglass, which is going to be the key that teleports us into the dungeon below the tower where this dude will be hiding.
Yes.
So we have to get up there where he left the key.
Well, he said he's going to leave it at the bottom of the tower.
Okay, so we just have to get through the maze.
You have to get through the maze.
Well, let's
Yeah, 'cause
hustle.
I was like,
Yeah,
I can
go,
fly
go,
up
go.
there right now.
Yeah.
Do you fly up there right now?
No, I don't. I'm just.
See, you're
if
doing
it was at the top of the tower, I might have. Rid doesn't have the greatest impulse control, but if she understands that it's going to be at the bottom of the tower, then she will not do that.
All right, we're going.
Leo looks.
I know Ted's face is so.
I'm not flying.
If I took a
Oh, I'm not.
screenshot of your face and I sent this to Claire, she'd be like, "That's the face."
Yeah.
I don't
No
know what you
way.
guys are talking about.
We're not flying.
All right, we're going. We're
Okay.
going.
So, you are beginning to walk through the maze.
I have grid paper. Let's go.
That'll be fun.
Are we doing that thing where you like only like take right turns or something like that or whatever? You like hold on to the right side of.
So
maze.
you've entered an intersection where 8 paths converge symmetrically.
Holy
You can
God.
see Zonthal's tower ahead, above the hedge wall, but the way the paths curve, there's no telling which one may lead to it. A sundial stands in the center of the intersection. The shadow from its oh man, they're called gnomons. That's the name of the thing in a sundial. Pointing straight towards the tower, which is highly odd because the sun isn't behind you. Your shadows point in the proper direction, only the sundial's shadow points ahead.
Wait, so the thing is the gnomon is pointing ahead and the shadow is pointing
No,
ahead?
the basically you could see the shadow coming off of it. Your shadows are pointing so kind of to the right, and the shadow from this, where the sun is not there, is pointing straight ahead. And there are 8 pathways. You kind of walk in to a path. You've got, if you imagine an asterisk, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're the bottom straight piece of the asterisk,
Mm-hmm.
and in the center, the shadow's pointing straight ahead, and your shadows are kind of pointing off to the side, which makes sense with where the sun is. There should be no way for that shadow to be cast.
Right. It's wrong. It's wrong.
It's wrong.
Is there
Okay.
any like other text around
Nope.
the dial or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
I want to test the dial and see if I can move it.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a strength check.
Okay.
Guidance +2.
All right, that's an 18 on the die. Plus 2 will be 20. Plus 5, it'll be 25.
Try as you might, you can't move it.
Ah! Okay.
But you're so strong.
And I'm just trying to move the little piece on top to like indicate.
Yeah.
Nope, there's nothing.
And even like you
there.
wave your hand in front of it, the shadow is still
Mm,
there.
Okay, so I don't think there's any way we can change this. But it's pointing forward, so it's pointing down a tunnel currently.
A break in the hedge maze. Like I said, if you picture an asterisk,
Yeah.
you came in the bottom part of the straight part of the asterisk, and it's
And it's
pointing
pointing-
straight ahead.
So
Well-
should we go the way that our shadows are pointing then?
That would lead us back out of the maze, right?
No.
They're sort of pointing off to the right.
Oh.
So you're going, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's just the sun's direction, but I mean, that'll change throughout the day, whereas maybe this dial is indicating the fastest way or misleading us. It's definitely telling us something.
One or the other, huh?
Mm-hmm.
One way to find out, I think we should go where it tells us to go.
Yeah, everyone get behind me.
Okay.
And I will walk forward down this.
Okay. You guys walk, and it kind of goes, it's like a 15-foot curving path through the maze here. And you come to another area that looks identical. And the pathway is, there is a shadow pointing in. I hate you, freaking book. Why do you do this nonsense? There is one pointing straight ahead, and one pointing to the right. So again, if you're thinking an asterisk, the kind of on the straight pieces ahead and to the right.
Okay.
Not
There's 2 shadows.
There's 2 shadows coming off of it now.
Mm. And the tower seems to be equally down each one of these, like
Yep.
perspectively. That's
Mhm.
terrifying. Well, forward or to the right? I mean, we could just keep going forward if we want until. Or is right the right thing to do?
Is it like a Simon Says type situation where you have to like keep repeating the iterations? Are our shadows still pointing right?
Yeah, they're still pointing in the direction that the sun indicates.
Okay.
Oh, I hate this. I hate puzzles.
All right, how about this? I'll give you letters for each tip of the asterisk, so that might make it a little easier. All right.
Okay.
So if you were to draw an asterisk, which I will draw right here.
Oh, that's what we're doing, right?
Yeah, here, let me just do a quick here, and I'll just go all around, and then that way I can just tell you what letters it's pointing at. So if you see that, right?
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way around. You came in the initial one on E, and you went through A. Now in this new room, the shadows are pointing to A and to C.
Yeah.
I just want to make, I just figured it may be easier to explain.
Now
we
I
got
feel
you.
like we should go B.
Not relevant. Ted made it up. So we went straight, which is A last time, so we could go ahead and keep with the pattern and go A, or we could do this new step, which would be C, and it's right on a compass direction, so it'd be east on a compass.
I mean, let's go. Ugh, I mean, we can just try one and then come back if it doesn't
Yeah, we
work
don't
out.
have any good indicators right now, so
Yeah.
we might as well just let's go forward again. Let's
Okay.
take A one more time.
So you, let's see. Huh. Tricky. Oh, that's how that works. Interesting.
Shut up, Ted.
No. This is fun.
It's not. It's fun for you.
Okay. So you walk down this path, and you're in a completely separate area now. Filling the center of this 80-foot square courtyard is a circular pool of water 60 feet across. The water is dark and murky, reducing visibility to about 1 foot. A garnet gemstone hovers 1 foot above the center of the pool. Another path leaves the area through the hedge wall on the far side of the pool, directly opposite where you entered.
There's just one exit out of this area.
Yep. On the other side of the pool.
Just this stone is hovering, levitating above the deep, nasty water.
Yes.
It's bait.
I'm worried that this is the elementals that they were talking about.
Why? It's just water.
Such a Leo thing.
Such thing as water elementals.
Oh.
Should we go back and see what would happen if we go right before we go mess around with any of this stuff?
I actually am really curious about that, so yes.
Yeah,
So you guys
so
go
let's
back?
backtrack. Uh-huh.
You come back out the other end of the room with the pool.
Oh,
So you're right back
neat.
where you were.
So we have to
Sweet.
deal with this
Dang, okay.
situation.
Yeah.
Well, I could shoot it.
I can try flying over the pool. I got new flying boots. I think I'm just anxious to try them. Don't let me if you think it's a bad idea.
I mean, don't go above 8 feet.
I know.
I mean, I don't think the hedges are too much higher than we are. So
I can also walk on water, but I just don't really want to walk on it. You know. It looks
yeah,
There's
yeah.
just the stone, right?
Yep.
Can I send? I can send Mage Hand out to
Mhm.
try and grab
Ooh,
it.
do that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's right near the stone. Stone's right here. Mage Hand gonna grab it.
Sure.
Okay, grabs it, and it starts to pull it back. At which point, 4 entities erupt from the water. These
Yeah.
horse-sized creatures. They stand upright. They look like strange lobster-like creatures, but with tentacles coming down from the mouth of them. I need you all to roll initiative.
I don't like them.
lobster horses.
Lobster tentacle horses.
Yeah, they're very Cthulian in nature.
They're nasty.
Great. I got an 8.
Ooh, I did so good.
Mhm.
Got a 9.
22.
I got 13.
And all right, Leo.
Nice. Okay. All right. I think Leo's just like stoked to be fighting something right now. So he is gonna go ahead and you know what? He's just gonna draw a sword. And he's gonna start doing a happy little battle cry. And go up to one of these things and hit it.
Okay.
Oh, let me pull up the blade stats. It's been so long. Okay. So that'll be only a 16 to hit.
Yeah, 16 hits.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so let me go ahead. Oh, I'm rolling like crap. So it's only 7 damage.
Okay.
That's me rolling like crap.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then gonna go ahead and hit it again. So 17 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, that is gonna be 9 damage on that one there. And let's go ahead and pull out a maneuver on that too. So I needed to go ahead and make a. Oh, where are my maneuvers in? Sorry, learning D&D Beyond.
Features and traits.
Yeah, it's under all here. Okay. Action. Okay. Menacing attack. So go ahead and give it a wisdom saving throw.
All right, that's a fail.
Okay.
7.
Then it is frightened of me until the end of my next turn.
But it takes damage too, right? Extra damage.
Oh yes, and then it takes my superiority, which is
A
still
D8.
a D8.
Yeah.
Still. Okay, so that's an additional 6 damage.
Got it. All right. After.
And I'm gonna throw a bardic inspiration to
Okay.
Remy.
Remy. Got it. All right, then Odella, it is your turn. They're all grouped together, except now Leo's there.
Yep.
Yep.
He is. Great.
Mhm.
I don't want to blow all my spells right now.
Yeah, these are chump change. It's fine.
Are they though?
We'll
I
find
got
out.
this.
How far
I don't trust
away?
anything with tentacles.
How far away am I from like Leo and
30 feet.
30 feet? Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna, for now, until I kind of see
Yeah, well.
Judge's plan, I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Make 2, 3 Eldritch
I
Blasts.
think I get 3.
Yeah, 3.
Wow, this is really shitty. Great. I got a 6, 4, and a 5. So it's 16, 14, and
Ooh.
15.
16 hits.
Okay.
16 is the number. I'll just tell you guys.
That's 11 points of damage.
Got the same one Leo's fighting?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Remy, it's your turn.
Okay, are they at the edge of the water or are they like
They're basically, they just got out of the pool, so yeah, by the edge of the water.
Okay, then I'm gonna go and pummel them
Mhm.
while I can.
Sure.
So I'm gonna go to the one on the far left,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start doing my thing.
Okay.
Oh gosh, that's like an 11.
Well, that's gonna miss, unfortunately.
Oh gosh. Well, Katie, the first roll was really good at the 20.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's just that, okay. Well, I guess it was a little bit, okay. It was actually a 15. The first one was a 15.
Still a miss.
I figured that's still a miss.
Can't you
The
add
second
the
one is an 18.
18 hits.
Okay, yeah, I can add the bardic inspiration, which is a very good point.
Would you like to do that?
What die is it, Celeste? Yes.
D10?
D10.
There is, yes, I do want to do that.
Okay.
Um,
Roll at least a 1 and you'll hit.
Inspiration.
I did roll a 1.
There you go. So that's 2 hits.
Okay, cool. And then let me try. Okay, so the last one's a hit too.
Okay.
I didn't roll great, but it was still a hit.
That's fine. And I will remind you, because you hit 11 and the adamantine training gear bumps everything up, these are all D10 punches if you're using that.
That's really awesome. Cool. Yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I figured.
So,
Wouldn't hurt to have that.
cool. Yeah, cool. Wow. Yeah. Oh gosh, I'm so bad at math. So 19, but plus
That's a lot.
15.
Yeah.
So whatever that is. 34? I have a calculator.
Whew.
Yeah, that is accurate. And was that including the +2 from the training gauntlets as well for each punch? Is there +2 weapons and the talisman that you got?
No, it wasn't.
So that's
Yeah,
plus
no.
another 3 per punch, so that's plus 9 more. So that's 43 points of damage.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get better at math.
That's fine. D&D Beyond. It's got all that calculated in there for you.
Well, things are. I don't want to.
Hey.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
that's
I was not scrolling down far enough.
there you go.
It's all in there.
That's yeah, 43 points of damage just from those 3 punches. Are you good with that, or would you like to keep going?
How's it looking?
It is bloodied.
Yeah, I'll spend a key point and punch it again.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
why
you're
not?
cracking, you know, like who needs a nutcracker? You're cracking this lobster shell easy.
Oh, this one really hits. Okay, this is like a 30 to hit.
Yeah, that really hits.
Cool. Oh, okay. So that is only 9 damage.
Well, I know, can't win them all. Still, that was 52 points of damage in a turn. That's pretty good.
Monks.
Pow! Pow!
All right, Roswin.
Okay. Are any of my teammates, are they like actually in the water, or are they just at the edge of the water?
They're at the edge of the water.
Okay, then I'm going to use my lightning shock on the
Ooh.
one that looks the worst.
Yeah, okay, that's the one
Yeah.
that Rid just pummeled.
Yeah. All right, so I
Ready.
got a 22.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Let's see. So that's going to be 24 points of damage.
24 points of lightning damage. All right. Yeah. That's not how math works. Ed, what are
It's
you
getting
doing?
late.
Yeah, okay, cool. Got it.
Oh, it's still up?
Yeah.
Oh. Cool.
Tight.
No one's really been hit yet, so I guess that's going to end my turn.
Okay. Then it's their turn. So we got one that's fighting Leo, so that one will go first.
And it's frightened of me.
It is frightened of you, so it's a disadvantage on its attacks. So, first attack is a 19, which misses. Second attack, oh, that's a natural 20, and then...
How?
Oh,
On your disadvantage, you got a 19 and a natural 20?
no. Calm the fuck down.
But
All
you
right?
would, though.
You're right, I would, but I didn't, so relax. Everything is okay. It misses twice. Now the one that's not frightened is gonna attack you.
Okay.
That's a 19, and then a 25.
Okay.
Are you okay? Do you need
Yes.
do you need a minute?
No.
Okay. So it's gonna deal 10 points of bludgeoning damage with its pincer for some stupid reason. The pincer does bludgeoning damage. And you are grappled by it.
Ew.
And then I need you to make a constitution saving throw as its tentacles all over your body.
Ugh.
Ew.
Gross.
Is it to save from throwing up?
Maybe.
Okay. All right, so 17 on my con
Okay.
save.
You feel like poison exuding from the tentacles as they touch your body, but you are able to stave it off.
I'm too pure.
They get
Alright.
crabs.
My
The
crabs
lobster
right up
gets
there.
crabs. Yep. Doesn't
The lotion I'm wearing just repels them.
does an 18 hit Remy? Or no? No. Okay. So that misses. And then Odella and Roswin, you're both on the ground, right?
It does.
Yeah.
I was kidding. That was my.
Oh,
bad.
an 18 does it? Okay.
Yes.
So you will take 14 points of bludgeoning damage. You are grappled, but you're a 10th level monk, so you're immune to poison, so no issue for you. So you could, Roswin and Odella, you guys are still on the ground?
Mhm.
Okay. So they're going to move. They will prompt the other two, the other one. There's only one. We'll move to provoke. It will provoke an attack of opportunity from Remy. Damn it, Remy. Yes. I keep
Okay,
saying
I'll
Rid.
punch it.
Yeah.
I would love to punch it.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Sure.
That is 17 damage.
Yeah. All right. Not bad for one punch. Okay.
One punch.
So it's gonna move over to you, Roswin. It's gonna try to get you.
No.
Oh no, that's a 25.
Yes.
And then a 7. So 25 is gonna hit. You're gonna take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. You are grappled, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw at advantage because you are,
Constitution.
infernally constituted.
Well, that's good. Okay. It's a saving throw, you said?
Yes.
So 20.
Okay, you're fine. All right, then that's their turn. Back to the top, Leo. You are currently
Okay.
grappled by this guy. His tentacles are all over you.
Now when I do my pick, boom, and I'm gonna lightning bolt out of there. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt. So
you could
what I
technically be able to hit 3 of them, except for the one that moved, in one go.
That's the plan.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and vamp through all of them as I strike my lightning pick, and
They're all gonna fail.
nice.
So you don't have any dexterity.
All right, 8d6 as it is. Oh, there we go. 10, 12, 15, 22, 25. That'll be 29 lightning damage.
All right, 29 lightning damage. So, Remy, the one that you were fighting gets incinerated by the lightning as Leo rides by on it, or doesn't. I don't know. Do you ride by on it? I'm sure. but-
Yes, because I was grappled, so I want to get
Oh,
out,
yeah,
out
yeah,
of
yeah.
that situation.
Okay.
So where is that going to land me on the battlefield after?
Kind of wherever you want to be. So it's like you were kind of in a horizontal line. So
Mhm.
there's the pool, and you can go through, and you could end basically right next to Remy if you want, because that one drops when you hit it.
Okay. I want to get as close to the one hitting Roswin as possible.
Okay, so you can move through the lightning, hit those 3, and then you'd have to walk over to it because it moved away.
Can do. And I'll go ahead and get right there
Okay, you are there.
and get in its face.
You are in its face.
Great. And then I will throw a bardic inspiration with that stunning lightning display to our dearest Roswin.
Okay, Roswin, bardic inspiration. Odella, you are up next.
Okay.
One of these things is down. The other 3 have all been damaged. One of them is bloodied. The one that Leo was initially fighting.
That can now
Okay.
not move closer to us, so it's less of a threat right now.
Correct. Yes, it's frightened. Cannot
Okay.
move closer to you.
I was gonna attack the one attacking Roslyn, but there's 2 people over there, so I'm gonna switch over to the one that's not afeared, I guess.
Sure. There are 2. Oh no, sorry. There's 1. I get which one
Yeah.
you mean. Yep.
And then I'm just gonna do Eldritch Blast again.
Sure.
Yeah, here's what I'll do. I will do 2 charges from the wand of magic missiles against it. So that is the 44?
44 plus 4.
So 4, 5, 9, 10.
14 points.
14. And then
Yep.
I'm gonna do the quicken spell and do the Eldritch Blast.
Okay. It's against the same one.
Yep.
Cool.
Wow. 15,
Nope.
14. That one's on an edge. That one. Roll normally. 17. There we go. So
Okay,
that's
that hits.
27.
Sure.
Wow, why is that?
Warlock better, Laura. This is your bread and butter.
And that's a 1 on my D10,
Oh my God.
Big
so
old
that's 6
6.
points.
Nice.
Damage.
Great. All right. Then
That seems very off our game right now.
so that was Odella's turn. Remy, damn it. I'll get it right eventually.
That's okay. Rid is usually everywhere.
They're both short, cute R names with Y's in them. It's
Fair.
very hard.
So currently the one you are
I don't know
engaging.
why Rid picked it.
Hmm. The one you were fighting is dead. There are 2 more near you. One is both of them are bloodied. One is currently frightened of Leo. The other one is not.
Oh, I'm gonna hit the one that's not currently frightened of Leo,
Okay.
or whichever one's closest to me.
They're one and the same.
Great, that'll hit. That one will not hit.
Okay.
That'll hit, and I'm gonna go ahead and spend up. I just went ahead and rolled for it.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm gonna spend a key point and get a third hit in there. Where did my D10 go? Oh, it's here. It's right here. Never mind. It's late. 6, 1, 6. So 13 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8.
Yeah, 13,
Hell yeah.
and then 24.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So that one's dead.
That was the goal.
All right. Anything else?
Nope,
Think
that's
that
it.
All right, Roswin. There is the one engaged with you, and then there is the one that's frightened of Leo.
Okay. So I'm still going to I'm gonna poof myself out of this,
Sure.
but also I'm going to keep myself in such a way that I would be between the frightened one and us so that it can't move towards me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then I'm gonna poof my way out and I'm gonna lightning it again, hopefully.
Okay. This is the not frightened one.
The not frightened one.
Gotcha.
All right. So that's going to be an 18. So
Yep.
it should hit. All right. So it's gonna be 17 plus 8, so 25 points.
Nice. All right. 25 points of lightning damage. It is now bloodied as well. Everybody's basically dead. But they're not yet.
Basically, but not.
And that was it for you, right? That was bonus action and action.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the one that's there is going to attack you, Leo. That's a 14. And that is a...
Since it missed, I'll go ahead and use a riposte with another superiority dice. So
Girl.
I'll swing at it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. 18 to hit. Yes,
Yep.
yes. Okay. All right. That's gonna be 14 damage
14 damage.
Yeah. as it sticks its claw in there. I'm like, nope.
All right, and then it's... Second is a 17, so it misses. And the other one, does it get to make a save for the frighten?
I believe so. Or is it just as long as it can see me?
I think it
On a
makes-
failure. Oh, only until the end of my next turn, so it'll drop.
Okay, so it's gonna go for
Sorry. Listen.
you because you're.
That makes sense.
Well, that's a 3. Oh, but that is a 24. That will hit.
That will do it.
You are gonna take. Oh, that was pretty good. That's gonna be 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you're grappled, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Nuts. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna use a luck reroll on that.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. 17.
All right, you are not poisoned.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
is-
First one
it's-
I rolled a 2.
That is its turn. Leo, it is your turn.
Okay, sweet. So the one that's more damaged,
Mhm.
I'm gonna press forward and hit it with my big sword.
You don't have to press forward at all. It's right in your face.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna stab it in the tentacle bits because it's a jerk. So a 22.
Yep.
How much did I get? All right. So that'll be 8 plus 2, so 10 on the first swing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another 22 to hit.
Mhm.
And then 9 plus 4, so 13 on the second swing.
Okay. That one's dead.
Yes.
There's one left.
And I roar victoriously.
Ah.
And that's all I do because I want to save my bardic inspiration.
All right.
Whatever it might have fixed.
Odella, there is one left. You're muted.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
All right, here we go. 15,
One
14,
more
12.
time.
Gonna do it.
I believe in you.
15.
14.
Oh my god, get
Oh,
a different
dude.
21.
All right.
There we go.
And 25.
All right.
Okay,
Alright.
there's my girl.
We're coming back. We needed a
I
warm
got
up.
real scared when that 15 came back up. I was like, no.
My heart stopped. It's like we're gonna be killed by lobsters. How
By
lame is
lobsters,
that?
guys.
18 points of damage.
Alrighty. Then it's gonna go to Rid. There's one guy left.
Just the guy.
I figured.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call.
I swear I keep rolling that same number and it's not gonna hit. But that one hits.
Okay.
That one also hits.
I would stop at 2, and we'll see if you need the third.
That's the plan.
That's a good plan.
But thank you for your wisdom, a wise DM. 8, 10. So 18 plus 16 is
34.
yeah.
Yeah. You just. How do you want to kill this lobster?
Mm.
Well, I'm just like punching it, so I'm just gonna punch it.
Okay. You punch the lobster,
And
And
Leo's
it
like,
just-
you stop.
and it's dead, and you have the gem, the garnet that was floating above the pool.
Oh, I didn't even want that.
Well, no. Odella has that with the mage hand. We'll
Oh,
see.
yeah. Still just kind of in there.
I was like, did I pull it out of the
No. Sorry.
out of the heart of the lobster?
I'm going to take a look at the gem. Does
Huh?
it look like garnet?
It looks like
or-
a garnet, yeah. A nice sized garnet. Might be worth some money.
I'm gonna take my same stick and poke it down into the water to see if I can feel the bottom.
You've been carrying it this whole time.
The stick is deeper than, or the pool is deeper than your stick.
Oh no. I'm gonna take my stick out protectively and finish it
It's
off.
wet.
Keeping this.
It's murky, so you can't see to the bottom.
You know how boys are in their sticks. You will not be able to separate Leo from the stick until he finds a bigger stick.
Odella, cast light on something and drop it in.
Okay. I cast. Is there a rock nearby?
There's a garnet in your hand.
No thanks.
No, strangely, this area of the pool completely devoid of rocks. It's mostly just like a dirt path and hedges.
I take out a peanut.
Okay.
like a piece of jerky or some ration.
Okay.
I light that up and I toss it in. Oh, I give it to Leo to toss it.
So I'm pretty sure peanuts float.
Okay, I will pull out one of the cool rocks I found.
Okay. You pull out a cool rock.
It's really shiny though, so hopefully we can get it back.
Okay, you drop it in.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So you drop it in. Yeah. It is. Make me a perception check.
Okay.
Guidance. 3.
My perception's so good now. I get a plus 11 now, so that'll be 22 plus 3, so 25.
Okay. Yeah, you can see there's a glint of something like shining at the bottom off the glowing shiny rock. Something down there.
So there's definitely something down there.
Right.
And I'd go get it, and I'm looking down at like all of my armor.
Take it off. Woo!
I mean, if we got 10 minutes.
There's nothing, literally nothing happening right now.
Well, I can go swim down.
I mean, I'd rather do it than like send anybody else.
I can be an octopus though, a giant one.
That's fair. If you want to do that, that's totally an option. Otherwise, Leo will start taking off his armor.
I'll go.
Okay.
Wow, 2 times in one day I'm a different animal.
I know.
Who would have thought as a druid?
Wow.
Octaraz, you descend?
Yes.
Okay. At the base of the pool, 50 feet below the surface,
Whoa!
you see a spherical orb, glass orb, about this big.
Whoa.
A small gem. It's dark. Can't really tell the color. You see 8 vials, potion bottles, 3 daggers, and a wand with a skull head on it. Like it's a wand that comes to like a tiny human-like skull.
Whoa. So the bunch of treasure at the bottom of this.
Watch me get cursed. All right, I guess I'm just gonna take the stuff and swim up.
All suction cup up.
Yeah.
Up to the top. You watch as the octopus climbs over the edge with just a bevy of things. There are 3 daggers, a sapphire, 8 potion bottles, this wand, and a spherical glass orb.
Okay.
That's about this big, like volleyball sized?
Maybe a little smaller. Yeah.
Don't need the
Potions
potions
look 5e thing where we like touch our tongues to the potions and figure out what they are.
Yeah, you can take a sip of a potion and then it tells you what it is.
Yeah, can we do that?
6 of them are healing potions. 2d4 plus 2. 1 is a potion of growth. And
Do you mind if I just drink some of these guys? Just like
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Throw 'em back.
and 1 is a potion of growth, and the other one is a potion of fire breath.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Potion of fire bath. I missed you.
And then the wand, 3 daggers, the gemstone, and then the glass orb.
Do the
Okay.
daggers look special at all?
Possibly.
Okay. So, guys, I drink 2 of the potions.
Does anyone have detect magic? You might find out. You're muted again.
No, I'm not.
No, what you said didn't
Or-
come through. So
Okay.
You know what, JK, I'm gonna drink 3 of the potions because I'm rude.
Do it, dude.
Yeah, I have detect magic.
okay.
Just honestly, Leo, keep them.
Do you cast it?
I
Let's see.
drink.
I mean, it'll take me 10 minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I don't really know if we have 10 minutes. What do you guys think?
Let's just take the daggers and get out of here. We've got to find that hourglass. That's our number 1
Yeah,
priority right
I
now.
agree.
Throw it all in the hole.
So I chug 3 potions in like 6 seconds, and I'm like, let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
With
I
the
burn
garnet
bread.
in hand, you leave and you return to the room with the area with the sundial. And
The first one or the second one?
The first one, and then it is pointing. The shadow is pointing. You come in E, and the sundial is pointing. The shadow is pointing to A.
Again?
Is there any like spot in the sundial? Like
I think we just did it wrong last time. So I think if we go up and then we go right, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll keep resetting.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's go up and then.
So
do
you
we
go
come back
up and you
to-
come into the area where it's at A and C.
All right, and then
go
let's
right.
go C. Yeah.
Okay. You emerge from the path into an area far larger than any open area you expected to encounter in the maze garden. This rectangular space must be 90 feet across, with its far side almost 150 feet away. It looks like a boulder-strewn pasture with a large pond to one side and a fenced vegetable garden, an oversized cottage on the other. Sheep graze in the pasture, tended by a pair of cyclopes, but none of them are moving. They all appear frozen in time.
Oh
Hmm.
no! Weird. Is there any way out of here?
As soon as you enter into the area, they all spring to life. The sheep grazing and the cyclopes chatting idly with each other. They exchange a few words as they see you.
Do they look upset we're here?
And then they seem to play some sort of crude game that looks like rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, God.
One loses, and both approach you. They don't appear to be carrying weapons.
Hello?
Just attack them, guys.
What?
What?
So when they get within 20 feet of you, one of them, the one that lost, picks up a small boulder from the ground and
What is it?
gestures towards the party. Doesn't throw it, just gestures towards you. He looks downfield, and then he heaves the boulder 100 feet, where it bounces and rolls another 20 feet. Both turn, and then they looked at you expectantly.
Are we about to play some fucking soccer or whatever? Leo is so into this.
What's
The shot put? Like,
Hell
Hold on.
yeah. Hell yeah. I want to go up.
just a point.
Wait.
Yeah. What? Hold on. What is it? Cyclope? Is that a
Cyclops. Cyclops.
Okay.
Multiple Cyclopses are Cyclopes.
Wait,
Oh,
so
okay.
Roswin's gonna be like, Leo, take that potion of growth and maybe drink that before you play.
Leo's so stoked about that idea. Leo goes like, 1 minute. He's gonna call out in Dwarven, just like, hey buds, you speak this one?
Nope. No
Okay.
response.
We
Never
know
mind.
anything about Cyclops? Can I like?
Yeah, make a history check.
I was like, giants, maybe.
Oh, did you say it in giant?
No,
Oh.
I don't know
got a
giant.
19.
Yeah, Cyclopes are giants. They speak giant.
Oh, I will speak giant.
What do you say to them?
I will say hello. Is this? Are you challenging us to some sort of game? Like,
And
or-
they will say yes, and they explain the rules to you. Your boulder must fly farther than theirs. They don't care how, but it can't be dragged or carried. It must fly at least part of the distance.
Ah, okay.
So
Hold on. Let me look.
Hold on. Let me look at spells and
Yeah,
stuff.
let me look at spells.
But I just want to throw it like a big boy.
We know, and you will.
But I
in
could
a
be
bit.
big. I could be large. They're same size, and then it'd just be my strength.
So the boulders that are near you to throw are 2 feet in diameter and weigh about 500 pounds or more.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no.
Oh. What could I do? I'm looking at my... I don't have anything. I'm a bard.
I don't have anything.
It has to fly on its own, I'm assuming.
They said it can't be dragged or pushed along the ground. It has to fly at least some distance.
Any of y'all got telekinesis? By any
no.
chance?
No.
Who got that one?
Animals.
I almost took that, but then synaptic static was so much cooler.
Sheep aren't going to be able to help us here. I don't think they can carry a 500-pound rock.
No. You're not even sure Leo can.
If I was large sized,
It increases it by 1.5 times.
what I could carry. I don't know the rules for what I could lift.
What can I have polymorph is the only thing I can think of, but I don't really know if there's anything that's going to be better than a bigger you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. My carrying capacity is my strength score multiplied by 15. So let's see.
It's too much math involved today.
21 times 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at my normal size, I can lift 315 pounds.
Well, that's your carrying capacity. You can lift 30 times your strength score.
Oh, okay.
So 630.
So I could lift it now at Leo size.
You can
Excuse
lift
me.
it, yes.
So if I was large, okay.
It would increase by 1.5 times. He threw his 120 feet.
But also I could like lightning bolt while holding it and myself. If I could, so I could throw myself via lightning with this boulder.
That it couldn't be carried.
It's had to be in the air, though, right?
Technically, they'd be carrying. She'd be carrying it, wouldn't she?
Yeah, the boulder can't be dragged or carried. There's some very clever solutions written in the book.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm glad that the book is so wise.
It
All that time in a temple.
Well, it's the only thing it says it can't be carried or dragged. That's the only words.
So it could be pushed. I mean, it could be rolled. Can we change the ground so it'll roll further than? Do you have stone shape or?
I don't have stone shape. I have
We have
we just have to get it farther.
Then 120 feet.
I have wall of stone.
Could we do like NASCAR, like ramp, not NASCAR, what are the cars in the loopy? Hot Wheels. Let's get a Hot Wheels situation going.
Well, wall of stone makes a wall, so it doesn't.
We could do it like a ramp. No.
I mean, yeah, but it's not like physics. Whatever kind of ramp you're gonna make,
Anybody
it's
have enlarge or like reduce? Can we reduce it and then throw it?
I do not. Oh, dimension door. Damn it, it's carrying it again. Because if I could pick it up and then.
Well, can you roll it through the dimension door?
No, I dimension.
yeah, it's not an
you
actual
can't.
door.
Oh. My brain hurts.
I know. trying.
It's so late.
It is.
um,
So, I will be nice. I will let Odella make. The answer may not even be there, but I will let Odella make an intelligence check to remember the shit that she has. If she still has it, she might have sold it, or given it away, or left it at home.
Oh no, what do I have? Intelligence? Just straight intelligence?
Yep.
14.
So, do you have with you? Probably not, but that will be the answer. The wizard's winch.
I do! It's in the hole. What does that do?
Lest you cast levitate on a thing.
Ah!
Oh, yeah.
Cool, because that could use it.
Yep. Damn. What are... okay, you have to tell me the book solutions later. I'm like, this is...
I'll tell you right after.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
we can do that. I
So-
think you probably don't need to be large for that.
No, it just floats, and
Yeah.
it's independent of gravity. But if you push it, it continues with forward momentum.
Okay. I will do that. I did not sell that because I was like, oh, this could be useful at some point in the future. I take it out of the hole, though, because that's where it's at.
Okay. Yeah. There you levitate the rock.
Okay.
should you still enlarge, or
I don't think
Up to you.
or is that necessary?
it's necessary to make Leo larger.
Just because you're gonna levitate it and I'm gonna just push it? Is that the plan?
Yeah, or throw it. It's gonna just float, but it's gonna
Yeah.
keep the momentum.
Hell yeah. I'll give it my best.
Okay, make me a strength check.
Guidance.
Thank you.
+3.
Okay. Rolled a 15 on the die, so plus 5, so 20 plus the 3, so 23.
Yeah, so you hurl this thing, and it cascades past the giants. And when it does, you see that the giant's boulder that it threw cracks in half like a geode, and in the center is a topaz gemstone.
I'm sensing a theme.
You gotta get all these yummies.
All right. I want to shake both of the Cyclopses' hands.
You do.
Good game.
And when you
I want-
leave the area, you find yourself
Grabbing the
back
backfire.
with the gem at the sundial with the shadow pointing at the letter A.
Still?
Yeah.
Wait, but if we put the gems on the thing, will it change the course of the thing?
No, and if you walk through, you're at A and C again.
What?
The hell? It
And there were-
lies.
Two shadows, a shadow at A and a shadow at C.
Well, I guess we're starting to go places without shadows now.
You look like you want to say something, Renee.
I think it's the B is between them, and that's what I want to do. I feel like this can be either really bad or there's no spot on the sundial for the garnet.
Correct. Or the topaz, yep.
Or the-
So forward march.
Yeah, let's walk down B. Why not?
All right, you go through B and you come to another sundial. This one has a shadow at A, D, and F.
Oh my god. Okay. Do you want to go F or do you want to keep going?
Oh,
I feel like we have-
I was just saying, F.
F
A,
it.
D, F.
So A. Sorry, just noting this down for next time. A, D, and F. Okay, so we got 3 ways to go. Do we want to keep going and see A first? And
Why not? I'm just deeply confused. by
Let's do it.
this.
All
Let's
right.
just-
So
down
you go
A.
through A, and you end up ahead. You see a bubbling fountain filling the pathway. Large, bright flowers grow in the hedges on both sides of the fountain, each blossom shimmering in the light. The air smells particularly fresh and sweet.
oh,
And that is where we'll end for tonight.
Oh, so pretty.
Remind me to make a nature check in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I will during my recap. I promise.
So, thank you
Whoa.
guys so much for watching. For those of you curious, they suggested using a large reduce to reduce the size of the rock,
Oh, yes, we checked that.
and then enlarging yourself to throw it, levitating the rock, or digging a trench and pushing the rock and letting it roll.
My Hot Wheels idea.
I mean, you would have to take as long as you
Okay.
want, and dig a big long trench and roll it that way. So
Yeah, if we
anyway,
had more time, that probably would have been my last resort option.
let's go around the horn and say who we are and all that good stuff, and then we'll let everybody go for the night. We'll start with you. Actually, let's start with Renee in case she wants to jump off here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You're
muted.
muted, I think.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Okay, good. I may, want to head off, but
Yeah.
I had a great time tonight. I really like being here for this game, and I did not want to miss it, no matter what, pretty much. So I am gonna go to sleep though because I have surgery in the morning, and I
Yes.
haven't eaten anything in a really long time,
oh.
and that's starting to really drive me nuts. But
Yeah, fair.
I am Renee Rhodes. You can find me on Twitter at RayDeanR, pretty much everywhere else as Ray Deanne. I am the DM for Fate and the Fable Maidens, which is a family-friendly actual play D&D podcast. And then I also stream pretty regularly. So I'm here every other Monday playing D&D. I'm on Encounter Roleplay generally on Tuesdays playing Call of Cthulhu. I will not be there tomorrow. I am having surgery. I play on Wednesdays on Scraticus Academy with Weave and a playset that I wrote for the game called Dynama, and I may or may not be there because I am having surgery, but I really want to be there. So we'll see what my body lets me do. And I think that's pretty much it. Thanks y'all so much for checking it out, and hope you all enjoyed the game and our weird little maze.
Yeah, in case you haven't figured it out, the sundials is a good thing. When you mess up, you go someplace else.
Bummer.
All right. So I guess we'll go around the horn sort of clockwise here. So Laura, what about you?
Hey, I'm Laura. You can find me on Twitter at Win in Rome and here every other Monday night.
All right. Celeste, you do a lot of things. Tell us about the things.
Hi, everybody. My name is Celeste Konowich, if you didn't catch that. First off, places you can find me right here on this very channel. I run a show called Mistress of Modules, which we play on Sundays, 5 to 7 Pacific or 8 to 10
Yep.
Eastern time. And so that's happening every Sunday, except for this upcoming one. We're actually about to start a new arc, and we will have Laura guesting on that one there. So you can find us for Module 3. Check that out. We run through short form D&D modules. Follow us on Twitter at Mistress of Mods. You can follow me personally on Twitter at C. Konowich. If you want to hear more of me, you can also check out my podcast, Venture Maidens, which you can find wherever podcasts are free. We stream on Wednesdays, including this Wednesday, and Katie is currently a guest on that show. So check us out this Wednesday, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern start time on the Venture Maidens Twitch channel. And yes, that is it.
All right. And Katie, what about you?
Hi, I'm Katie. You can find me on Twitter at lazy_mermaiden. I'm here every other Monday playing Roswin, Tiefling Druid, and on Wednesday, and pretty much I think every other Wednesday until Brittany comes back, I am going to be on Venture Maidens playing Farah, a Tiefling sorcerer, because I love Tieflings. And that's pretty much it.
All right. And I'm Ted. This is Nerd Immersion. I'll be back here tomorrow running my homebrew campaign as we continue party heading into a grotto sacred area for Ilmater. That'll be interesting. Wednesday will be the return of ItBuild's character. I wasn't there last week because I was playing on the Venture Maidens as a wonderful character named Bob, who was Bob Ross, the artificer who did his magic via painting. So you can look forward to that at some point, somewhere in Venture Maidens related things.
In the next 3 weeks or so, that should be publishing on our feed and on our YouTube.
So there you go. Sometimes I'm also there, but Wednesday will be Ithbeld's character. This one is Gilgamesh, not the character from the epic poem, the character from the anime that escapes my name. So what?
Wait, is it Fate?
Yes, it is. That's the one.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yes, it's that Gilgamesh. It's a problem when people just give me a name and it comes in multiple sources.
But I know that one.
So that one I don't know, so that's just gonna be fun to figure all that out. And this Friday, actually, as a surprise rando one-shot, this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, you can catch Celeste Conowich, Jen Vaughn, Jordan, and JB, aka Drop the Die, playing in the Stranger Things starter set one-shot. Because that set doesn't come out till May 1st, but ThinkGeek IRL stores accidentally put it on the shelf today, so I bought it 2 months ahead of time, and I'm gonna run that. So this is actually Mike Wheeler's campaign that he wrote that they're playing in the show. It's his campaign, which is a level 1 through I think 4 like starter campaign that you can play through. So like Demogorgon is there, and a search for the Thessal Hydra and all that stuff. We haven't decided if we're doing pre-gen characters or rolling, but we'll figure that out soon. Anyway, hope you guys had a great time watching. My review of the starter set will be coming out probably after this is over. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.